What up, friends? Happy Friday. It does not feel like Friday. Holy moly. It absolutely feels like I have to go to work tomorrow. Craziness. Hello. Hi. How we doing? Eat birthday cake? Well, I can't be jealous because I don't like cake. Oh my God. Oh my God. Welcome in, everybody. How we doing? Vixen, hello. Oh, there's no, oh, here we go. Don't you start with me. Don't you start with me. My Thanksgiving was very good. The food was great. The hangs were great. No family drama, none of that jazz. All is well. All is well. I hope that you guys had a good holiday, if you did celebrate. Nikki, thank you for the 6 months. Agent, thank you for the 4. Appreciate you, friends. Oh my. But welcome. We're going to have some spicy games today. Tis going to be spicy. Cheyenne, thank you for the 4. Oh, yes. Oh, it's going to be spicy. Spicy. Hey, Zaza, welcome in. Found on the tube. Appreciate you, dude. Welcome in. Yes, tis going to be spicy. Can I ask why is it spicy? I can tell you why. What are we playing today? We're playing Phas today, but it's not a matter of what we're playing today. It is a matter of who we are playing with. That is what matters. That is what matters. Hey, booties, how are you? Am I hyped for Krampus? I don't know yet, man. It's really hard to say. If you guys missed it, Phasmo posted an image to their Instagram. I don't know if they posted anywhere else. I didn't really pay attention, but they posted a ting. They posted a ting. I think I downloaded it. Hold on. I did. Okay, I can show it here in a second. I'll show it when we switch screens. I'll show it. Thought I saw it on Twitter. You probably did, Aldi. Yeah, I don't ever actually get on Twitter anymore, so I don't know. It's so hard to say. Yeah. Miss Nikki, thank you for the 13 months. Spider, thank you for the 4. Oh my God. Oh my God. Rayla, thank you for the 11 months. Oh, you crazy beans. Log bro, how are you? What's up? You had a rev today. Wouldn't leave you alone. That's fun though. Revs are fun. And Bam, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome in. Hello. Cyrus, how are you? Tried the Point Hope Easter egg with my buddy and we got a Goryo 2 times in a row. Fun. Honestly, if you're doing the Easter egg, man, I wouldn't even worry about trying to get the ghost. I would just do the Easter egg. Put it on Friendly Ghost if you have the ability to. If you're above level 50, knock it out in 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes, maybe. Maybe. Cut Fritz, thank you for gifting to Kitty Shadow. Yes, today we are blessed by the presence of the coach and the Aldi. We haven't had a... Did I say blessed? Maybe that's not what I meant. Maybe I meant something else. Hi, Rosie. Shut up, Fate. Hattie, hello, my beautiful friend. We are good. Everybody is good. Today was our trash giving. Yeah. So we had Thanksgiving. Today was trash giving. Tomorrow is Friendsgiving. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to gain a lot of weight. That's okay, though. You feel so scared of what? The game? Tips to not be scared. Run in there without any equipment and let the ghost hunt you on purpose. Let the ghost hunt you on purpose. Yeah. Finally started playing, but the ghost events literally made me scream. They should make you scream. They should. They should make you scream. Hey, excuse me. Thank you for the biddies. I bless all your games to be silly and fun and full of wacky tomfoolery. You know they will be. I'm playing with those two. Of course they will be. And also, excuse me, I don't have a button for this, but it is Aldi's birthday today. So if we could please get some happy birthdays followed by some claps in chat, that would be just lovely. It's Aldi's birthday. Yeah. And that crazy bean decided that he was going to spend a little bit of time with me. So I am honored. I am honored. Yes. No, you stop. I was watching him and coach play games earlier today where they had to work as a team, and you could smell the test of relationship. You could smell that their marriage was being put into a stress ball. I said this. Didn't you hear me? Yes, I didn't hear you say that. Well, I said this. Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Jello, welcome in. How are you? Crazy D, thank you for gifting to Shani. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know who that is. That's Aldi. That's who it is. He's right there. He's right there. Mooney, welcome in. How are you? How are you? Your birthday's February 20th? Cool. Mine's next month. I don't think I want to play We Were Here Together again. Oh, come on. It was good fun. Come on. Hellmel, thank you for the visit. Resub day. What the shit? Hellmel, thank you for the 15. Evil Resident, thank you for the tier 3 for 11 months. What's wrong with you? And Throno, thank you for the tier 1. Hi, friends. My God. What did you do to Coach? What did you do to her? The tree is up. I went ahead. We already put, I said after Thanksgiving, I would put up the things in our living room. So I went ahead and put mine up. Mine is there. It exists. 'Tis there. Also, if you can't, it might be hard to see from here. It might be hard to see from here because it's blending in, but Bruce is right here and he's wearing a Santa hat. I don't know if you can tell. Bruce is wearing a Santa hat. He's right there. He's wearing a Santa hat. Wait, no, he's right there. Yours on the 30th. Mine's on the 18th. What is this, Christmas? Oh my God, break. I was scrolling through TikTok and your hand turkey costume video popped up for me. I was dying. That was so funny. Christmas? Oh, of course. Everybody loves Christmas. Had my Christmas tree up since basically the beginning of November. Okay, listen, there is such a thing as a sin. Oh, it was such a good costume. Oh, it was so funny. Your birthday is on Tuesday. No, it is not. Is it really, Sriracha? Is it really coming up that soon? Need to find one. I just use the same one over and over again. Yeah. Yeah. I need to decide if I'm going to do ornaments again on the tree with names for like blah, blah, blah gifted, like so many gifted. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. We'll see. Evie. Hi, Evie. Hi, Tired Pamster. Hello, friend. Oh my God. Florida, thank you for the tier 1, dude. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Hi, friend. All right. Let me get things moving here because I have a couple of amazing beans. I'm sure they don't want to wait. It gets late in their state. That's all I got. Yeah. Juju, thank you for the biddies. Did you look up Space Pants yet? I was talking to my wife about it, actually. Funny enough, I brought that up to my wife. I was like, do you remember this skit? And she's like, no, I don't. Am I full of beans? What does that mean? What are you trying to say? Huh? Try to say something? Amanda, thank you for the biddy. And Juju, thank you for pinning the bits. Again, a feature that I do not get to see very often. Be right back. Got to put something in the fridge. You're good, Aldi. All's well. For some reason, my game has been taking a hot minute to load anyway. So you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. Beastmaster, hello. How are you? And Emily, thank you for the 18. My God. So just as a heads up, I probably will not be doing sodas next month. I need to figure something out. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Have not decided. Today is the last stream of the month. Last stream of November. December, obviously, on the way. There's things happening in December. We have birthday stream, which is more low-key than anything. But then partnerversary is later in the month. That's going to be on the 28th. So as for like the dailies and that kind of stuff, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But give me about 40 minutes for the game to start, and then we'll get moving. When am I going to do the Grinch? Like I want to do it close to Christmas, but I don't know when. Yeah. Why when playing a crossplay PC players take longer to load? Oh, I don't know. It probably just depends on the PC player and where they have the game installed. If they have it installed on a secondary drive, it's going to take longer. Glad to give ideas. Hey, man, the Discord is open. Please feel free. Please feel free. Lottie! Lottie, thank you for the raid. Hello. Welcome, welcome. How was your stream? Can only imagine you were playing the Phasmos. How did it go? How did it go?
There's some jobs ready for you.
Hi, friend. 23rd, maybe the birthday stream, maybe the partner. Probably not on the partnerversary. No, probably not, because I don't want to be wearing that the entire day. No, probably not. Yeah, I'll figure it out. When I figure it out, I'll post in the Discord for sure. For sure. Ty, thank you for the tier 1. Oh my God. ZN, how are you? Got 5 right. Still scared of hunts a lot though. You should, but like there should be this embedded feeling of fear though. Of fear of the ghost. Because if you don't, you're going to run around willy-nilly and die all the time because you're not afraid of dying. But if you have this fear that the ghost is going to get you all the time and you don't want that to happen, you're going to live more. I have that feeling all the time that the ghost is just going to get me at all times. So I'm always thinking, where can I hide? How can I get away from the ghost? Can I loop it over here? Do I have a smudge? Did I grab a lighter? Yeah. Want to hear something that'll make you feel old? That's probably not going to be that hard, Swash. Probably not. Yeah, all I do is scream. That's okay. That's still a lot of fun though. Hi, Jace. I avoid hunts as much as I can. That's what I'm saying. I think that's perfectly fine. There's zero wrong with avoiding hunts. Zero. You play your game. You play your game. Grinded woodwind yesterday and today. Put it on friendly ghost with mirror. Only needed 17 more for the badge. Yeah, let's go. Dude, I'm probably going to do the same thing when it comes to the... Sunny Meadows one, to be honest with you. Ty! Ty, my guy! Holy shit! My God. Look, Lottie, it's a coach. Ty, thank you for the subs, dude. Sheesh. On Tuesday, I'm leaving the team. You become two. Okay, Sarat, that doesn't make me feel old. I thought you were going to do like a reference to something. Nah, that's fine. Tips for looping the ghost or just practice. When you're looping the ghost, if you are trying to do it where you're doing it somewhere like Tanglewood around like the kitchen island and you know you can break line of sight, make sure that you have your electronics off. I see a lot of people trying to learn how to loop and they leave their headlamp on or they leave a flashlight on. If you do that, the ghost knows where you are at all times. But if you crouch in the kitchen and behind the island and the ghost is on the other side of the island, it can't see you. Literally can't see you. Probably because you keep, well, if you're coach, yeah, that's different. Yeah, if you're coach, that's different. But it's so funny. I mean, come on. Grizzly, thank you for the prime for 18 months. My God, Grizzly. Ty, thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Hey, what up, Fitz? How are you, homie? All right, let me get in here while things are still rolling around. I know Aldi was putting something in the fridge. Probably took only like a minute. In 2025, the Goonies will be 40 years old. Well, okay. Now you're just stretching. Now you're literally stretching. Now you're just stretching. Hi, Anu. Battle Corgi, thank you for the 13. Nico, Jesus, dude. It's Soviet Russia. The ghost loves you. Hey, I'm as old as the Goonies. Shut up, Sarash. You shut your lips. You shut your damn lips. Okay. Let me create a room here for these beans. My God, dude. Jeffrey Bezos, get wrecked. Holy moly. Petri, thank you so much for the 2 months. Jesus. Listen, when it comes to Prime subs, you use it or lose it. I mean, if you're not using your Prime sub, no matter where it goes, I'm not saying here, I'm just mean in general, subbing to anybody, make use of it. If you have a Prime sub and you're not using it on somebody, that's a problem. That's a problem. You should be using it anywhere. Find a random creator, go to the Faz category, search low to high, find somebody that has subscriptions available, fucking Prime sub. Because why not? Ty, thank you so much, dude. Oh my God. LA, thank you for the 6. Jesus. Had Prime for 5 months, way back when, didn't know about it. I try to pay attention to when it's available. When you click that you go to sub to somebody, when you scroll, they made it so much harder now to see it. But when you scroll down, it should say use Prime on it. And you, like, again, every 30 days, once a month, you have the ability to use it. So you might as well freaking use it. Yeah. Oh, my word. Yeah, I got to figure out what we're going to do next month when it comes to that stuff. Because obviously, I'm not going to have sodas next month. We'll see. Prime's ready in 2 days. Let's go. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Find somebody to sub to. If you have a favorite creator, hell yeah. I usually give my sub to someone who's new, lower account to help them out. I don't know what % they get, but at least it's something. Yeah, I usually change it up. I usually change who I prime to every month. Eggnog? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? We did, Carrie. We had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you. Do a handful? Oh my God. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so undecided about it. Texan and Jello. Eggnog is gross, though. I would agree. I don't like it either. Yeah. Yeah. Doing friend games tonight. Yeah, I'm playing with Aldi and I'm playing with Coach. Yes. Oh, we're not doing a custom. This was me messing around in a game. We'll get it here. But let me send these beans the code real fast. Let me send these beans the code. All right. There we go. I can't do extremely sour. I can't do it. I can't do it because it literally puts sores in my mouth. Oh, I can't do it. Hello. I prepared myself.
Go over there, whatever.
I was just preparing myself. I didn't know.
Headphone warning.
Wow.
Rage, thank you for the bits.
Wish I could slap
Do I
you,
play
but
flowers? I
can't.
do, Ty. Yeah. I have set days where I do it. Look at you with your floppy Frank badge.
I know, it's so cute.
Look it.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. How are you 75 already?
What? What do you mean?
He's Flash.
Have you removed your blood moon? What you call it? Remove the blood moon thing.
What?
The
Okay.
pin. Remove the blood moon pin.
What should I put in its place?
Nothing. Look it. Look it.
Oh!
Look it. It's a
Oh
little
my
little button.
God!
Yeah.
It's a little button.
Look. It's one of the. I think it's the only
so
badge
awesome.
that does that, where it fills in that void with something like a little Easter egg.
I love that.
Yeah. Hit prestige 10 today. Nice. How do you get that badge? So this is what? This is prestige 7, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cozy. Good lord, dude. What is happening to what the fuck? Level 8? Okay, guys. I figure we start with professional and go from there, you know?
Okay.
Let the spice kind of lead the way.
So spicy?
So spicy. Oh, Willers? Oh, nice little comfy Willers. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yas.
I've missed. Yes.
We've arrived.
Got her.
Collect the equipment and get set up before investigating.
What?
Nothing.
Be linked to a cursed object.
Juju.
Hey, Crucy, Firelight, EMF.
Is Coach
Megan
Yokai?
Alexander. I thought it said Margaret for a minute.
Oh, if we get a Margaret, we know what's going to happen.
Yes. Hey, why do you have tier 2s?
Because I'm only
Sponges.
level 75.
What level do you have to unlock tier 3? Or wait,
I don't remember.
you used tier 1.
So this time I decided I was just going to kind of level up the items and use whatever I unlock, just as something different.
Okay.
Or be yelling because it's Coach. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Get this.
weather?
Ooh.
I know. It's my favorite too.
It is nice. Okay. You guys are crazy. All right. Here, we'll let them go for a second. I need to. I totally didn't do a thing. I didn't do a thing. Totally didn't do a thing. I wanted to just get. I wanted to get into the games right away. I didn't want to make them have to wait longer than they need to. Yeah. Volume control. Listen. Coach comes with a headphone warning. Just inevitably. There, go there, go there. Make sure that's good. Yep, that's good. Make sure that's good. Yep, that's good. Okay. All right. Had a massive cleaning today. Nice. Oh, hey, cards. I'm not going to do it. I'm not starting nothing because I don't want it to happen to me.
Are they telling you to give me
No, they are not. And I wouldn't do it anyway because I don't want to start it.
EMF 5 in the basement?
That bastard. Hey, Frank. What's up, Harry? Ew. Hello, friend. Ew, cards. Oh, goo.
Yep.
All right. What are our temps looking like?
Wait a minute. 18. What?
Phalanges.
Oh, look, phalanges.
It's 9 here. Oh, maybe it's
here.
hallway.
Yeah, it's in the hall.
Ghosties in the hall. I've seen that show. All right. Okay. You got something to say?
EMF and ultraviolet. Oh, Jesus.
EMF, ultraviolet, Jin, Gorilla. Oh, great. Come on, Obake print.
Boy.
Come on, Obake print. Hey, Maxie, get the ghosties. We're working on it. I don't see the bone. What do you mean? You just know it's a Goryo? Probably. Hey, Liam. Obake print in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That would have been some shit.
Aw.
That would have been so good. I'm sad. When in doubt, it's a Goryo. It probably is. Yeah. What up, Bree? All right. All day.
What's up?
How was the rest of your birthday?
It was good. Had a good time. Had a good time.
Just wondering. Uncontrolled, how are you? Oh, I thought he was... I was like, wait. Wait. Is that a dead player? No, he's good. We're fine. It's so bright. Holy shit. It's going to be a shade. Nah, well, no. No, it can't be. Jin, Goryo, Myling, Obake. All right, let's get more stuff down there. Oh, it could be writing. I'm going to grab both of these. What's our sanity? Oh! Our sanity is at roughly 69. Giggity. Hey, Tyler, how are you? Spicy. Has it moved? It's in the basement. It's so hard to tell. It's in the hallway. Nope, sure didn't, coach. Just gonna pretend like she's actually talking. It's been active in that room. Oh, I can put it in the ceiling there. The only way we're gonna be able to check for Goryo dots is if we leave the room. That might not be a good use of those dots, but we will see. Tips for Phasmo VR? I don't play a lot of Phasmo VR.
Are you here?
I'm leaving. How many evidence? We're doing pro right now. We'll probably move it up in a bit. Playing some fun friend games. There's a phantom in chat. Will you ever do another video of you using your voice changer with friends? Oh, like trolling with a voice changer? Oh, maybe at some point. Maybe. It's a Polter? All right, cool. Good talk. I'm glad we had this
Spirit
discussion.
box, at least so far.
So you're saying we should pull the cards?
Guess what I bought?
What'd you buy?
The Elgato teleprompter is on its way to me.
Ooh, you'll have to let me know how you like it. Like how you make use of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it for like scripts for videos mostly. It's normally $279. It's on sale for $199, and we can pay $40 a month for 5 months.
Damn. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What voice changer did I use? I have a Rode Duo that I changed my voice that way. It's not going to be a Hanged Man card. Nah, I'm gonna pull one card. It's gonna be the Wheel of Fortune red, and then that's it. Okay.
Okay.
Never mind. It's the tower. It was useless.
Oh, imagine.
Stupid. Stupid. Hey, Stacy, how are you? I haven't pulled. I'm sorry. Can anybody remember the last time I pulled a Hangman card? I don't. All right, let me get a smooge. This. Oh, we need a firelight. Here, I'll get that.
That one.
Okay. Donka. While there's nobody in there, I can check for dots. What's up, Ann? Famous last words, dude. I'm telling. Like, think back. When was the last time you remember seeing me get a Hangman card?
Writing.
What are you eyeing? It's a myling. It's fine.
Where it put the mannequin?
Skate up, bada.
It's outside.
Oh, is it looking out the window?
Kinda.
Aw.
It's straight. But you see it?
Yeah. What you doing, Booba?
That was scary. I'm just gonna say that was really weird.
Corruption. Last Hangman was a Joker. Oh yeah. Every Hangman that you've seen from me in the past, God knows how long, has been a full card.
Blow out the candle.
Yeah, Aldi, it's your birthday. Blow out the candle. Happy birthday to Aldi. Wait, yeah, we didn't finish. Hold on. Happy birthday to Aldi. Happy birthday, dear Aldi Pants. Happy birthday to you. All right, blow it out.
Oh my god.
It's okay. It's okay. Your lungs will get stronger the more you grow up. It lit a candle for you. The poor microphone. Oh my god. Will we play Terror Roulette? Maybe. If we're feeling spicy. Doesn't want to do it, does it? Hey! Oh, there we go. It looked like you blew that one out. You're like, okay, good. Happy birthday. What'd I walk into? Nothing. Just hanging around. All right. Got that. You got some photos. Oh my god, did we get the bone?
We
Did. Sheesh. Who am I playing with? I am playing with Aldi Baron and with Coach Chesney. Headphone ring because Coach is loud. That's okay. Nice. That's a perfect game.
Hell yeah.
Did we finish the cards for the memes?
I mean, that's up to you.
I mean, I kind of think we
scared.
should. We have a smudge, right? You're fine. What's
Yeah.
it gonna do?
Yeah. It's gonna hunt me.
It's not gonna hunt you. Hey, Logan. All right, is the power off? Oh. Well, that's interesting.
I could go fix it.
Aldi.
There's hiding back here.
There's multiple hiding back
Behind
there.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. That's really nice.
Difference between all the smudge sticks. The tier 1, 2, and 3 incense, a big difference is how long the ghost is stunned for. And in the tier 2 and 3, it slows it down. Tier 3, it slows it down even more. All right. All right, I drew the first card, so if somebody else would like to do the honors, they can do the next one. I don't know where Aldi is. Oh, there you go.
Wheel of Fortune, red.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Full card.
Hanged a man fool.
Spicy. Kind of like that one.
Oh my God.
So spicy.
Wheel of Fortune red again.
Oh shit.
And the winner is the sun. I'm 100% nah.
Don't let this. Wait. Oh.
Don't stop the ghosty all day. You better hide. Hi, Rhonda. Good to see you. Oh my. Spicy.
Eh.
All right. Who drew the last card?
Was it me?
I had the sun, and I think I started.
Okay, it was Aldi.
My turn. Okay. Tower full. Yippee.
So useful.
Sunful.
It's not hunting.
Mm-mm.
Oh, look, a tower.
I suck. I hate these cards so much. Hermit full. Woohoo.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, your cards suck today.
They suck every day.
Yeah, okay.
Pull the cards. You should pull the cards. They're so fun. Oh, shit.
And the best one was the sun.
I can't believe you both got a hanged man fool.
Back to back. As he said, he got a hangman full. I pulled that same exact thing. Sheesh. All right. Locked and loaded. Yee. Hey, don't you smudge me. Dude, that's my dog.
Deep
She's
breath.
been farting all day. Damn turkey. You can't get tarot. Yeah, you can absolutely get tarot cards on Amateur. You certainly can.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Absolutely.
I just unlocked 3 things at once.
Hey, what's up, Iron?
Nice.
Shri Shings. What did you unlock?
Sound sensor, igniter, and firelight.
Wait, what level are you? Oh, you adjust prestige. Oh, yeah.
I'm baby level, yeah.
Baby level. That's okay. I remember when we used to all be the same level. Those were the days.
Listen,
Those were the days.
listen, I am enjoying Phasmo again.
Hey, Mike, how are you? Listen,
Linda.
listen. Okay. Who chose Willow, or was that a joint effort?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
All day. Where you want to go?
Let's go to
He does pixel, from what I hear. Yeah, that's the word on the street.
Bridgeview.
Okay.
Ridgeview. Like it. Do you want to stay with professional, or do you want to up the ante?
That's up the ante.
I like it.
Yeah.
It is
Make
spicy.
it
It's
spicy.
spicy. Yeah. Extra spicy. Go ahead, tell her.
Everything is spicy right now.
Tell her. Tell her in the voice.
Tell me what?
Tell her
What?
in the voice.
Bet she's a good girl.
Oh, get the f out of here!
All right, we're going. Hey, Last, how are you? How many prestiges are there? There's 20. 20. Corn, hello, how are you?
You okay there?
No!
This is going to be a tough one. We've had
What's wrong?
violence, and there's
Really?
Just games, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. Should I prestige level 124 since the game is kind of getting boring? I would. Yeah, absolutely, man. All right. No cards. No mirror. No. We have a boner jam by the piano.
Roger that. In the power. Hi, little boner. How are you?
She did it live. I heard it.
She said the thing.
What the fuck? Was that Chiba? What the hell? Just got into Phas. Nice. What the hell?
Yes, that was.
What the shit? I've never heard that before. Aldi, look.
They got my paw.
The paw.
Ah.
I'm gonna go show Coach. Where is she?
The paw. I swear to God, you better put that shit down right now.
Don't make, I swear to God, I'll say the things. Swear to God, I'll do it.
Don't do it!
I swear to God, I'll do it.
Don't do it!
I'll do it.
Ow! I
I wish to
swear-
trap the ghost.
FlashForce? What?
All right, find it. Quick, find it. It's not here. It's not here. It's not in the basement. It's got to be upstairs or over there. Shit. I should have set a timer. I failed.
Bro, the hallway.
Where is it?
Probably the hallway. It's Richview.
Oh, shit. God. All the doors are unlocked.
Why can't I find it?
I might have screwed myself. Oh, it's so nice outside. It's upstairs. I think it's upstairs hallway. I deserve this! I deserve all of this! She's coming for you! That's the second time I've died in that spot. Maybe that's not so safe anymore. Hi, Cap. Oh, no, my God. What the hell? Hi. Dude, you guys died at like the exact same time. How did that happen?
We were both
hiding
behind the
in the same
fridge.
place.
Oh, okay. I walked into the kitchen. You're both
Somebody
like,
had to open their mouth.
I forgot it was Nightmare, okay?
oh man, that was one hell of a thing to walk into. That was great.
I would like that to be a clip.
Oh my God,
That
was
was
so good. It's like you guys were either doing a dance move or having an allergic reaction at the same time. Oh man, that was funny to walk into. Holy shit. All right, I'll have to find some music to add to that. We'll make it into something. All right, do you want to do Ridgeview again since I kind of sabotaged it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll leave.
Someone was a bad boy.
Yeah, you shut your damn lips.
All day.
You shut your damn lips. Oh man, that's too good. All right, we'll do it again. This time I'll be nice. Cap, how are you, my friend? I had to go for it, man. I had to.
Starting the investigation.
I was
remember that.
threatened. I was threatened. I was threatened.
By who? Who threatened you?
I don't know. Somebody. Quick, somebody threaten me. Thanksgiving was good, Cap. It was good, man. How are you? How's the fam? Did you play Ghostwatchers? I did. It's a really good game. It was me. There we go. Look, there's multiple people that have threatened me. I now feel warranted in my monkey business. Get it? I'll shut up. Did we do again? No. I thought that we would have been fine. I wasn't about to do.
Yeah, I wonder what the cursed item is.
I don't even remember what weather we had before this. I was I was half expecting fog. You were saying.
I would not give you.
What do you mean?
No.
What was that? She wished to change the weather. That's fine. Sunrise is good. I don't think I've heard the ghost in 2 games without it actually hunting, though.
Oh, wow.
They're so just passive at this point.
But the ghosts that I've been having have been active like crazy, even when I leave the house.
It's like only when I actually get, like, the ghost finally reveals where it is, then it's like, all right, time to go effing crazy.
Yep.
Check the basement, I guess. This new RL update looks great. Isn't it good? Install resetting the whole time. Oh, I see your breath. I think it's in the basement.
All right.
Does trapping the ghost always cause a hunt? Yes. After 60 seconds, the ghost will hunt. Yeah, it's 3 degrees down here. Family's good. Everybody's busy. Does changing the weather in-game with the paw change the multiplier at the end of the game? Since the weather does that. No. No, the multiplier stays the same. It stays the same. What do you mean taking away our privileges? She changed the weather so it looked nice outside. Look how nice Ridgeview looks on sunrise. Look how nice that is. It's so nice. Wish for knowledge. Ugh. Awful. Awful wish. Alright, do that. I'm gonna grab crucifix. Yeah, we'll do that. No more paw. What do you mean? Come on. You farted? No, I think you're just smelling your upper lip. I would just give your body a wash. Coach. Any particular reason I can't open the basement door?
No. It's hunt.
Kyle, hello. Thank you, friend. Ben! What did you do?
I did nothing. I'm outside.
That cackle says otherwise.
I cackled because you said, no, you didn't fart. You're smelling your upper lip, and I lost.
Orbs. You can hide like that? You can lose line of sight like that, yeah. Yeah, it's not exactly the most ideal thing to do, but if you happen to run into a situation where you have nowhere to go, you could absolutely go like this, pull that completely open, go like this, ghost can't see you. If it opens this door, if it touches that door and opens it, it's gonna know you're there. It's gonna know you're there, but you go like this and you're good to go. Yeah. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel.
Flash, Aldi is not answering me. I asked if he did it, and he looked at me, and he walked away.
Okay, fine. I trapped the ghost.
See?
Oh, Aldi. You're such an Aldi.
To be fair, I wasn't fast enough to trap her down there.
What?
Wow, dude.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, what's up, Harry? How are you? Oh my god.
I'm disappointed in you.
We have orbs. Is that all
She
we
was
have?
using-
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go get a smudge now. Out of fear. Needs revenge. Well, I mean, technically he didn't accomplish anything. To be fair.
Right?
Nice exploit. What exploit? Ghost loses line of sight behind the door. I'm using the doors for what they're there for. They could absolutely just completely lock the lockers if they don't want you to use the doors. Yes, sir. Hey, Grabber, how are you? She's fucking gone. I'm guessing that was an event. She's fucking out of there. Hold on. Is it going to be there long enough for me to see it? Yep. You dipped out of there so damn fast.
Listen, the last time we had an event, I died.
Oh, man. All right. It hasn't shown anything else yet. I'm going to bring more dots in there, I guess.
I threw some salt down there too. We do have
Donka.
writing.
Well, what the F, dude? We're on Nightmare. We're not going to get anything else. I didn't know we had writing. All right.
Again.
Mayor Revy Thay, and it was super fast without anybody seeing it, right? It's got to be a Thay.
It's probably a Thay, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go drop our sanity. Let's go do the thing. Feel Thay? Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be a Thay. No questions asked. No questions asked. It's not a mayor. You hush. Honey Heart, welcome in. All right. Put this right there. There you go. You smell a mimic? You must be in a different house. Not smelling a mimic here. Seen several of the YouTube shorts lately. I appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you. What is this game? My Little Pony. Yeah. You go around the house looking for a pony. We haven't found it yet. Is that? Ah, crucifix. Okay.
Oh, it's spicy.
Thought you said ghost orbs earlier. I did. But we're on Nightmare, so we're only going to get these two. We're not going to get anything else. Yeah. Why would I actually play? Dude, I'd play. What about a donkey? I mean, you know, beggars can't be choosers. My Little Donkey. You guys are so fast. Why the hell? Yeah, it's a thing. Aldi?
We got everything.
Didn't have to cut me off, Ash. Become older? Maybe by like 1. Maybe. Shouldn't hide here anymore. But I have a smudge this time. It's different. Different story. I have a smudge. We're good. Yay! Yay! Hey, Demon, what's up, dude? A little smooge, if you will. Indeed. No famous last word. My little father. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. Man. All right.
What?
No. Perfect game.
Nice.
I dig. Everyone got a thing.
Yep.
All right. Let's rock. Some
I'm
flashes.
having
yeah.
fun.
Good.
Yes.
Better be. Or I swear to God, if you're not having fun, I'm going to take... Okay. Every time you watch me as a Thay, I do get a bunch of Thays.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
My turn.
Yes.
Why you gotta say it like that?
I don't know.
G-Man, no. Want to see Chesney with the tarot cards? We just played with the tarot cards.
Wow.
What?
You guys were inside each other. It was really weird.
Can you walk around a little bit more, Coach? Oh. You were just sliding around there for a little bit.
I love that.
Why? Why should I? Give me 3 good reasons why I should. You guys are inside each other? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being inside each other. Right, Aldi?
Absolutely.
See, he gets it. Hey, Knight, going to work soon. No worries, friend.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
All right, flashlight. Do one of those, one of these, one of those. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it up. I'm not gonna take these. No. We're gonna do this, this, and one of these. Insanity sucks. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Some sound sensors down. No evidence is better. I like doing multiple. I like doing. Yay! I like doing nightmare. I like doing professional. I like doing no evidence. I like all above. Shut up, queen. Take 2 more. Do this, do this. I like all the things. Oh. None more. EMF 5, none more.
Oh no.
EMF 5.
Roger.
Sound sensor enjoyer, yeah. Hey, Victor, appreciate it, man. See, so we have sounds here. We can turn off the upstairs one because we don't need to worry about the stuff in the things. Like playing with people who make it fun. Oh, absolutely. That's a really good. It's a really good way to word that too. You said we have UV.
Yep.
Ooh. Jin Goryo Baki Myling. What the?
I know.
Getting the same ghost things. It's a really good way to word it because if you're playing with people that make it fun, it makes it that much better, right? No matter if you're winning, living, whatever, it's just so much fun. Yeah, Emery, hello. All right, come on, Obake print. Shamo. Yeah, oh yeah, because we're on
Okay,
Nightmare, we
Michael
can go ahead and
Jackson.
cancel out Goryo. So Jin, Obake, Myling. Do we already have the power? Yes, we do. Ghosty. Doing evidence. No, we're doing Nightmare. It made a boopy. I'll leave that there. That'll work. I'm going to put a crucifix down here. I'm going to put another one over here, and I'm going to go get a smooch. What does an Obake print look like? It's a 6-finger handprint.
One of your viewers wants to know what the Obake print looks like. It's on my shirt. Should be.
It's a little hard. It's a little hard to see.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Here, stand. Wait. Hold on. How do I make this happen? No, it's not gonna work. Actually, wait. Come here. Over. Go over here, like next to the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back up a little bit. Keep going. It's right there. Can you see that little print? It's right there. It's all good. All right, get a smooge.
I love it.
Oh, if you go to not my latest YouTube video, but the one before that, it's in the thumbnail. I have it in the thumbnail, the Obake handprint. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Games are good. Playing with friends. We're gonna put them here. I'm gonna put them here to guarantee that it's gonna walk in it if it leaves that area. Yeah. One day I'll be able to survive around like that. Wait, what are you? Oh, 15 to Hypers runs. Oh yeah, Hyper's a maniac. Yeah. Would the camera be better to zoom in on it? No, the only thing I'd be able to. You mean like using a video camera, one of those? No, I mean, like I said, if you go and look at that thumbnail, you can see it really clearly. Or in chat by looking at that emote. There you go. Easy peasy.
He's gonna die.
I'll be fine. There's a crucifix in here.
That doesn't mean anything.
That's what they all say. Oh, we need a photo of the ghost. Oh, I want to be there. How long am I on for tonight? For a while. I mean, it's only 9:30 for me. I'm here for the ghosty photo. It's now going to show up and say hello. Oh, what do we need? We need to delete. Oh, we need to say, hey, actually, we need to not take any more photos once we delete that one. The next photo needs to be a ghosty photo. Ooh.
Okay.
Can't blame me if I fuck it up.
Wait, who's green? Who's green? Coach,
What?
you got to delete a photo.
Oh.
The cursed. I think it's cards
hang on.
again. I think it's cards.
And deleted.
Donka.
We do have cards. Do you want me to pull?
I mean, I have a smudge. I kind of do. Maybe we'll get lucky and get an event.
That would be nice. All right.
Baldy, where are
You?
Right here.
Our
Hold on a sec.
pool.
Pause. Pause.
He said pause. Don't touch him.
No, it's normal.
Can pick them up.
Somebody thought they saw an Obake print.
Oh.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Ghost fired. Inbound. My turn. Tower. Oh, it's a hermit. Might as well be a tower. Hey, barbecue.
Oh shit.
Seems pretty quiet. Did it shift? I don't think so. No, they didn't F them shoes. That explains their death. Here you go, coach. Well. I have a feeling this is a miling. .360 no scoped his ass. You see that? I was not ready at all. I was not ready. I throw the camera down and then it shows up. Of course it does. I was like, where's the camera? It's not in my hand. That son of a bitch. Tarot, fingerprint, dirty water, ghosty. Oh God, did we get the bone? Oh, I don't know if we got the bone. Oh, do we still have cards? If we do, I'll go pull them. No bone. I don't think so. Usually they take a photo of it. Like, I know Aldi's very good about taking a photo of it if he finds the bone. Yeah. Okay. I'm replenishing my sanity. I'm getting the bone, and then I'm pulling the rest of the cards, and I'm bringing somebody back. I'm on the East Coast, Seamus. Yeah. Unless you get the sun card. No, it's fine. It's fine. What's the ghost gonna do? All right, cards are there. All right, I need flashlights so we can go look for the bone. Let's go find a bone. Telling you, I have like a hanged man curse Like I have like a hanged man anti-curse. Oh look, the bone. Where I just can't draw one anymore. Seeing is optional. Amen. All right. Where can we go? We're hiding there? No, that's blocked. Double. Hey, Baboon, how are you? My Thanksgiving was good. How was yours, Justin? It was good, man. Fudge. There's nowhere to hide. Why is that red? All right. Makes sense if you don't think about it. Oh, we can hide back here. That's good. I think it's leftovers. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, here we go. I'm bringing one of them back. You did not. Oh, it just ate the cruise. Okay, well. I mean, that's okay, I guess. Never mind. Sorry. I tried, man. I'm disappointed you didn't die. Wow! All right, I'm going miling. If it's wrong, well, that sucks, but I'd rather you guys be alive. I don't know why it didn't hunt. I drew a sun card, but then I drew a moon card. And then after the moon card, I drew a Wheel of Fortune, but that only brought me to 25.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
So what happened?
Hey, it was on my...
Hey.
Listen, you know how you hid? You know where you hid by the shoes?
You didn't F them shoes, did you?
No.
What did we learn?
We learned that the ghost favors you because it killed me in that same spot you were hiding.
We learned that Flash knows to sit there with a smudge.
Wait, I had a smudge.
Did you not use it?
I did, and I went and hid, and he fucking found me.
Well, I meant like when I'm hiding there, then I use it. I don't use it and then run there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he was close to me. I should have grabbed.
Oh, he was real close to you. Oh my, Aldi, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had to play the piano a little bit. It's fine.
Play him off, Johnny.
Oh
I have ads, and if it's okay, I'm gonna go and run them now while we're
Yeah,
here.
that's
Okay.
fine.
Do the ads.
That's fine.
Do the ads. All right. 3 minutes, friends. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, so that way we do not have pre-rolls for our new friends that come in. So if you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, you don't miss anything. So I'm gonna run them really quickly while we're chilling in the lobby with Coach. See, Rod. Bit goal reach. G. I love ads. All right. 3 minutes. Go take a break. Stand up. Stretch your legs. We'll be waiting for you when you get back. See, Sarash is subbed, but logs in on another account so that he can watch the ads. That's what he does. He's a hero. He's a hero. Agreed. Thank you for the tier 1. Back in a bit. No worries, Ellie. Heather, my night is good. How is yours? Just having all the funs. You feel excluded? I know. I kind of wish that you could just randomly turn them on. That would actually be pretty funny. I think it's an interesting thing to think about. What ads are being served to the people that watch you? You know? I think it's good to know that. Hey, what's up, Mark? Welcome in. Ads are my favorite part. Michael! Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Drink water? I don't need that. I have a Celsius. They're on top. No, it is not. Did a Thanksgiving dinner and I'm a food coma. Oh, today was our trash giving. Yep. It's orange. Today's is orange. Yeah. Kermis, hello. Last time. Michael! Dude! Thank you, homie. Oh my god, with the galaxy? Appreciate you, dude. Ads are a break from flat. Wow! That's not very kind. Hey! It's not nice. Be kind to me. Be kind to me. My god. Menagna, thank you so much for the gifted. Because of you, myself, Blondie, and 2 others played Phas for like 5 hours together last night. It was a blast. I died laughing. I saw you guys in the Discord chilling, hanging out. I saw you guys chilling. Well, I'm glad that you guys had fun and died laughing and hopefully won all the games. Abuse Flash. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Then they're going to force me to wear some hand turkey outfit. We know how this is going to go. What's probably the least common ghost you get on No Evidence, if you remember? Oh, God. I don't know. The ghost that I get the least? Probably a Dio. I feel like I don't see a Dio very often when I'm doing No Evidence runs. Celsius seems interesting. It's a good energy drink, man. Yeah, it's good. It's yummy. Ads are almost done. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, then we're back at it. Always walk them? Always. Always. You playing Phas? Let's go, dude. When's my next one? Oh, I don't know. Probably not today. Probably not today. We're here for the funds, man. Me, Aldi, and Coach, when we're playing, we're here for the laughs. We're not trying to sweat too much. Yeah. What's up, Josh? Dios make you happy? I think they make when you realize it's finally a Dio. What am I drinking? I'm drinking orange Celsius. Coach. It's orange today. Tips for playing Phas solo when I get nervous easily. I was telling someone about that earlier, that I would suggest going into an investigation without adding anything and let the ghost hunt you. Let the ghost hunt you. Unless Coach is loud. Coach. It's yummy. I like it, man. All right. Ads are done. Ads are finished. We're back. You heard a Banshee scream. Let's go. When you get those abilities, when you get like the Banshee scream, the Pulte ability, you see the Ure shut the front door. It's just so nice. Look like you're about to make a statement.
Up.
Oh. Hey.
Sup.
Up.
Sup.
What's up?
Dude, I do that all the time. I see someone in public. I don't even know who the hell they are. We just acknowledge, do the...
That's hilarious.
I do it all the time. I don't know what it is. All right. Well, I guess it's background to Coach. Where do you want to go?
Let's do restricted.
Ooh, I do need to get more of those.
You know,
Okay.
I really love full Sunny Meadows, but I figured you'd want to do restricted.
Either way, listen, if you want to do the full Sunny, I'm down with it. I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
I will.
Yeah, we
Let's
just
do
need
it.
to do it 47 times.
Yeah, that's it. That's just 47? Saw, dude.
Just 47.
Alrighty. Let's do it. Streaming tomorrow? No. No, tomorrow's Saturday. I stream again on Sunday.
Oh, shit.
Hey, keyboard slapper.
Sock. Yeah. Hey!
Got your Sunny ID last night? Nice.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Is that a tree? It is a tree. It is.
Fucking hell.
It's your favorite.
Yeah.
But be careful. We don't know what it's capable of.
Oh, shit. That's so funny. Menagna! Dude! Is solo playing good or with a group? Oh, both. I would absolutely say both. 100% both. I love solo games because it gives me the opportunity to talk to people, to hang out, describe what the ghost can do. But then playing with friends is just, it's, you can't explain it to somebody that just plays solo. It's a completely different dynamic. I would absolutely play both. 100%, 1,000,000% play both. What difficulty? We're on Nightmare.
Power acquired.
Donka. Where is it?
It's in the small storage near the chapel.
All right. I'm going to take the parabolic. I'm going to go down the mail wing. If you know what I mean. Also, I think there are follows and things happening that I'm not seeing in my activity feed, which is really, really dumb. So if you are following, I'm so sorry if I haven't said anything. Sushi, thank you for the 4 months. Finished all the challenge badges. Nice. Finally got APOC 3 and Prestige 1. Hell yeah. When's the holiday event begin? We don't know. We have no idea. We, as official creators, haven't heard anything. The community hasn't heard anything. Well, I don't know. What is that? What is that?
What's up?
Okay. That was weird. How do you get a Banshee scream? It's just by chance. Anything? What's my role in the game? Oh, no, I had nothing to do with making the game. No. I'm just an official content creator. One of the Kinetic partners. The only thing that I have that's in this game, my voice is on the spirit box. I ain't her shite. Is that a mic? Yeah, it's a parabolic microphone. It allows you to hear better. So I can hear things that are 30 meters away.
Oh, really?
If she is saying things on the microphone, I mean on the walkie, I'm not hearing her.
Yeah. She said she heard a crucifix turn on the paramic in the female wing.
Really? Couldn't see the dish on it. Yeah, it's very hard to see unless you're in the right light. Hey! Oh. I heard a whisper. I don't know where it went, though. That crucifix is turned.
Mm-hmm. I got whispers. Can you not hear me over the broadcast?
I can hear you just fine. I mean, no, not over the walkie. No, I can't. He's bugged. What specific line? I have 3 different lines that are on the spirit box.
I could have died. I've been in this hallway the entire time.
I could have died. All right. We run. We run. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Welcome in. The lines that I have in the spirit box, I think it's if you do...
I love Sunny Meadows so much.
It's a really great map. The lines that I have, I think if you do exclamation point spirit box, I don't remember what. There's a command that says it, but it's response. Thank you, Fitz. There it is. Yeah, right here. This person died, and active killing are the lines that I have. No Vidya camera. Nobody took a Vidya camera. Fine, I'll do it. All right, dots, that, bring this. I have no idea where sanity is. Hopefully we live. Yeah. Why do I ring the bell? Because life. Yeah, if you're not ringing the bell, you're not doing it correctly. Yep. It's kind of like when you go into Point Hope. If you're not ringing the bell at the outside of Point Hope. Yeah. I am Howard, yes. Does Max have any spirit box responses? No. No, Maxer's not a kinetic partner. It's not polite to not ring the bell. Agreed. Anything. Oh. Oh. Son of a bitch.
We got.
Oh, nothing. I was just trying to set that up
Oh.
incorrectly. Alright, got that. We got that.
Ooh.
Hey, what's up, Johnny? Found the channel a week ago. Been watching all the vids nonstop. Appreciate it, man. 1.0, eh? Where are you? Go, you're here, I guess.
You're in the wrong room, ma'am.
Right, Egg?
Is that a 5? No, it's Force.
Did it talk to you on the spirit box?
No, no, she just appeared. Where are you?
Oh, Jesus.
Are you near? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? All right, nothing. Good gravy. No spirit box.
There might be some gravy somewhere.
Ew. Ew. Did it touch Nanor?
I don't think it's just the Nor.
Hey, Ghost, touch the door. Linda, touch the door, you nerd. Hopefully it's a Dio. If it's a Dio, we would have a spirit box. We're not getting spirit box. It's probably gonna be delayed freezing. You wanna place bets?
I got down to 1. So.
You know what? I bet it's gonna be EMF5.
Wait, that's a 5?
Spirit Shade Myling, so probably a Spirit or a Myling.
Of course.
We have EMF5. Listen, Linda, listen. Listen.
Decide loudly.
Is Nightmare 2 evidence? It is. Yes, it is. Thank you, Juju. Ba-ding. EMF fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you might have a reason why my Phas is freezing? Why you think? Would I have a reason why your Phasmophobia is freezing? No. I came in here like, what did you do? I haven't done shit. Fix it. Give it a warm blanket. Warm blanket would help. Absolutely. Coach, look out. I don't know. Remote in. Troubleshoot. Is that a fake tree? Absolutely. You think I'm gonna put a real tree in my my streaming room? You crazy? Your game was crashing last night? Damn. Yikes. Yikes. What'd they say our cursed possession was? Hey, Blueberry, how are you? Oh. It's Coach's favorite. I found Coach's favorite toy, doodah.
No!
You okay?
She gooed on me.
She gooed on me.
The door moved. Are you close, Aldi, to check to see if we got fingies? We're not gonna have
We have EMF 5 and Ghost Riding.
Okay.
long it take? Oh God, I don't know. It's just been it's been an accumulation of things over a couple of years, randomly.
What difficulty are we on?
We'll get there. Perpetual, yeah, basically, yeah. How the ghosties been? They've been okay. Not too bad. Not too shab. Give me. A free hand? I do.
I literally keep forgetting we're on Nightmare.
I know. He's like, how many evidence do we have? What?
I'm leaving.
What?
Really?
It's just a toy.
A toy that you've gotten me killed with multiple times.
Listen. Oh, listen from here. It's so beautiful. Listen, coach. It's so... It's going away from us, which is not good. Come back. I want to be your friend. Oh, she's downstairs. What the fuck? So, I have a feeling this is a spirit. Should have dropped him. We are so far away from the ghost, man. We're so far away. Gotta go. See you later, Finn. Have a good one, dude. I think we have a spirit. Oh, hey.
Hi.
Nobody was over there. It's fine.
I was scared.
No.
Ooh, what the
don't be
heck?
scared. Hi, Holiday.
Hi.
Hi. I think it's a spirit because I could hear the ghost in the parabolic from pretty far away. So I don't think it's a myling. And it was also throwing things, I believe, with us in the room. Yeah.
Yeah. And it vented a couple times with us.
Yeah. So I'm cool with that. Word. Unless you guys want to get those things. It's up to you. I'm cool with getting a correct ghosty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Got spirit. Yes,
I got spirit. How about you?
No, I don't. I have a book. Is the myling harder to hear? You can only hear it within a certain distance. But apparently, that myling you could hear from fucking 25 meters away. Well, shit. That was interesting. I was bamboozled.
What the hell?
You got me, dude. I don't know why you were able to hear it that far away. You shouldn't be able to.
No.
No.
Oh, come on.
The lies and slander. Tisk tisk. Tisk tisk. Let me look at something real fast. What is the probababa? Why is it running so hot right now? My game is a little bit laggy. I don't know if that's because of one thing or another ting. Demons are rigged? No, demons are fun. Demons are spicy. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine. You got me, dude. All right, I'm going to close that for now. All right. Well, that's stinky. Where do you want to go?
Wherever.
Don't listen. Don't
Yeah.
passively. Don't you dare.
What?
I can hear it. I like it. Demons can hunt. No, they can't, Gaga.
No.
They can only hunt. Doing any challenges? Yeah, trying to live with friends.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before
Hey, do you know the
starting
demons can hunt?
investigation.
No.
I've got a report that suggests a possible
Gonna learn today.
What? Don't say that.
Walk in, immediately get hunted. Boom, called it. Scripted.
Hey, at least we get an achievement.
Let's go. Demon, let's go. Do your thing.
You're dead to me. Oh, now she's just gonna stink
It's
up
right
the
here.
closet.
Are you here?
Yes.
Where are you?
Imagine if it's a yokai. Mylan can hunt? No, it's fake. That's fake news. That's fake news. No, they can't. What the hell? Why do we have a tier 2 dot in here? Living with friends is the biggest challenge? I think so too. I heard Nanor. Or was it? Was it the potty? Are you taking a poo out? That's a fiver. Nothing compared to...
At least it tells you it's not a mimic.
Touche. Let's get this. This. Look at this. There we go. There we go. How to get trophy from demon. You don't get a trophy for finding a demon. Alright. What are the tamps?
We don't have UV.
It's in the potty. It's taking a poo out.
Okay. Hey, what are you doing?
Hey. Hey.
Here, I'll try to. Dude,
Spice
are
it
you
up.
here? Where are you? Hey! How old are you?
That's a weird thing to do after you ask how old it is. How old are you, Flush? Oh, it's a mirror. Oh.
What are you doing?
Just putting that by the front door.
I don't know if I trust you.
Hey, Boom. No, listen. Just hanging around. Alright, I'm not seeing any orbs. You have the writing book in there, right?
Yeah.
Roger that. 1.4. My least favorite kind of ghost to get. You know, your A's were definitely up on that list. Shades are up on that list. For sure. No freezing, but it's definitely getting like 1.2. Why am I being sus? I didn't do anything. Let's check Nanor one more time. Just to be sure. Okay. No, no, no. What a jerk. Not doing anything. What the hell am I supposed to be doing? Not doing anything. Delayed freezing? Probably. More than likely. Here, let's look at our book. Let's take a gander, shall we? Not seen. No. 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 Oh, no. Oh, it could be one of
There are
those.
2 EMF 5.
It could possibly be a Goryo.
Ew.
Yeah. As gross as it is, it could be Twoo. We'll try that. Goryos don't exist. Word. This is Nightmare. Yeah. This is Nightmare. Alright, let's take this one. Put that on there. Any dudeskies?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Incense, photo, firelight. Bring a firelight and a camera. Favorite tier 3 item? I don't know. Tough question. Hey! What are you? That didn't answer any questions. We need a ghost photo, you a-hole. Shit. What's really funny is that the photo I need to delete is a ghost photo, and the one that is a ghost photo is a cup. Hey, can you delete that photo? Thanks. It's because he got it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Tier 3 cup photo. Yep. Look at the photo. You can see it in the bottom corner. You can see it in the... Jesus. You can see it in the bottom corner of the camera. So spicy. Aldi, was that photo at the same time as mine?
I think just about.
Okay. All right. That's so funny. And we have salt down, yes?
Yes,
I walked in
and I've
salt.
taken
Okay.
pictures of all it.
All right. No Rafe. I think it cut the power. So no Jim. Ghosts are drinking tea. Can anyone solo nightmare mode? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Bop, thank you, dude. What's up, Maggie? Thank you for the tier 1. Ghost fat. I'm waiting for a hunt at this point.
I have not seen dots yet.
I'm basically just waiting for a hunt. Just hanging around. There we go. Very normie ghost hunt. Now it's taking a shower. I don't think it's a myling. We're not seeing ultraviolet, although it could be hiding that. I don't think it's a shade. Not twins. I think it's a spirit or a Goryo, if I had to guess. If I was a guessing man. Shut up, ghost. 1.0. What a nerd. Well, based on what happened, I wouldn't be able to get freezing. That would probably be dots, and it would probably be a Goryo. All right, let me get a camera. Imani, hello. Still no dots?
None. I had a Goryo the other day, and we were looking for it, and we never saw dots.
What a stubborn turd.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, unknown? So spicy.
And it burned the crucifix in the hall.
Goryo is force dots, correct, but you can only see it through a video camera.
Dots confirmed.
What a jerkhole. It's got to be then. Well, that, yeah, that guarantees it. Oh, we need to cleanse it. Get cleansed on, nerd. I cleansed it. All right. There we go. What a jerk.
I know.
Yeah, it's got to be. Because if it's dots and EMF, it's not a Wraith, it's not an Oni, and it's not a Raiju. So, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's a stinky.
Very stinky.
He's a stinky. Okay. Got it in your book.
Yep.
Go to you. Remember the days we used to be able to light each other's smudges? Oh, that was so funny.
Oh man, I was in a locker or something, and
God damn it, Faith.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
I don't remember where you were when I lit the smudge. I just remember we were able to do it. It was the funniest thing.
it was in Tanglewood, and I was hiding in the death closet, Mare's death closet, and my hand was hanging.
Your
out
hand was
and
hanging
you
out of the
just lit my
door.
smudge.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Man, they fixed all the stuff that was so funny. Like, why? Why do
Yeah,
these
like
things?
the doors. I'm so sad about that.
Like, I understand the doors in the sense that they're trying to stop people from being able to get on top of the damn houses, but on the other hand, the goofiness of it, like when they make the new player models, if the player models can't bend like this and they're just
I'm gonna
normal,
cry.
yeah, it's just, it takes away some of the goof.
Yeah.
Alien roofs are friends. Yeah, I know. Oh, we haven't done a farmhouse.
Yeah. Grafton? Yes,
Yes.
Grafton.
Ripsweed.
Stupid tarot cards. Alien Cat, how are you, dude?
Right. Check the equipment and get set up for investigating.
Edward, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Good
Thank you,
news
thank you.
now. Looks like this is
I
gonna
love
be
sending the doors into orbit. I know.
violence, and it looks like they
All
left
right.
in a
It does
hurry.
look like they left in a hurry, though. Oh, don't forget, we have a 4% chance of getting a blood moon.
I have yet
boy.
to see it.
Oh, boy.
What's the 4% chance?
I
It
know.
is difficult to get. Hey, Grayson. What's up, Messy? What's so spicy? All right. No cads. Wait. Am I fucking drunk? What the hell did I just see? I just saw like a red light. What the? What the? It's Shrew a can. Oh, it's Shrew another can. It hates the cans. Stay away from the cans. What are the temps?
Just wants to show us its cans.
It's in the kitchen, coach.
On my way.
There we go. Whole team? I don't know. The Jerk was a good movie. It was such a good movie. Flash Axe, hello. Only cans. I hate it here. I hate it here. Like a lot. You've been getting it so much. I haven't been getting the Blood Moon at all. I think I've gotten the Blood Moon maybe twice since they made it where it's just random. I still have yet to hear an explanation as to why it's not in customs. Yeah, they said they were going to give us information about that. Yeah, never did. So I don't know. I might poke the bear a little bit and try and figure out the fuck why we don't have it. Oh, Ghosty. Power Christ. Coda, thank you for the lurk, friend. Let's go back this way. Jesus, dude. They're holding out, man. Yeah, they're holding out on us. I don't know why. It just doesn't make any sense why you would keep it from customs. If the idea of keeping it from customs was to stop people from using it to, like, XP grind, then make it where when you add it in custom, you don't get the XP boost. That seems like a pretty easy fix. Yeah. So. We okay there? Wait a minute. That front door is shut. Too much work. My is Ghosty hunting?
I swear to fucking God.
She did not.
She found a thing. She's laughing maniacally.
Coach, where the hell are you?
Get your ass down here. Come be a good girl.
I hate you here so much.
Oh. She died.
Oh, no, she did not. Where is she?
She was up here.
Hey, where do you think she went? My guess would be back there. Well, well, well.
If it isn't the consequences of our actions.
How the turns table. It looks like we're having a bad day. So, what's the item? What happened?
So it's the summoning circle.
Oh, well, what the hell happened? Missed it by that much. Coach, no, look, Coach, you go in the locker like this. You know what her tactic probably was? She probably missed and probably ran like this and looked in the corner.
You know what the good thing is? The pro move. I watched her light it.
And just
The
ran?
ghost photo and the summoning circle photo and lived. Pro strat.
Oh, shit. All right, well, I kicked the breaker.
That's back here.
Oh, ghost fart. What did we learn, Coach? Oh, it threw the book. Okay, it can't be writing. Oh, shit. Oh, spicy. Hey, Polly, thank you for the 5 months. Oh, do we have any evidence?
It was not fast
Okay, normie.
or slow. It was, yeah, it was a normie.
Okay. It's probably going to hunt again in here a second. I don't know if that crucifix is going to hit it or not. How can we hear the screaming?
Right.
Because they're married and they live together. So, so we hear her screaming through his microphone. Hey, hey, stop farting on everybody, you sicko. Yeah. I have some old clips, some old really funny clips where she Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here?
Watch out!
Where are you? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you near? Hold that thought. child. Still spicy.
So spicy.
I shrewd a book again.
Listen, Ghost, if you don't want to read, that's fine. You don't have to be angry about
You
it.
know, I don't like to read either, but I don't try to, like, you know, moita people. It's gonna hunt. Careful, SpongeBob. Be prepared. It's about to do it. It's gonna do to Tig. Careful, SpongeBob. It's gonna do to Tig. All day. It's doing to Tig. You stay away from him, you little shit. Aldi, are you okay? What'd you do to my friend, you little shit? Aldi? Aldi, you can wake up. It's gone now. Aldi? Aldi? You okay? Aldi? Yeah. What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to say? Is that an L? Are you spelling L? Just take the L? Oh. Well, dude, we haven't gotten shit. You little creepy shit. Touch the door, you idiot. Juice, thank you so much for the 3 months. Appreciate you. Hi, Grammy. Grammy, they're all gone. Grammy, they're gone. You know what it is. You don't know nothing. Then there was one. There he... Oh. This ghost just keeps chucking cans. No, Coach tried to do bad things. She did that to herself. Aldi, for some reason, decided that running to put the dot on the other side of the room was a good idea. I tried to warn him. I tried to say it was going to do to Tig, and it did to Tig. He wasn't ready. Gamer fan, thank you for the 2 months. Ay, ay, ay. We have no evidence. We have nothing. I'm fairly certain this is a average speed ghost. I think the blinks were normal. I think. I believe. I declare. I do declare. It's not going to give us writing. It's not giving us dots. It's not giving us literally anything. No evidence run at this point. I just don't want to spend time trying to figure out a no evidence run with my friends in the afterlife. All right, I'm gonna do one more hunt, and then I'm just gonna call it. I am not out here. Listen, although I do have a clip came up the other day that was older of me playing in VR with Coach and with Aldi, and they both were gone, but they were both right here. Right here. They both were gone right here. And they looked like they were intertwined, like it was the Notebook. It was pretty funny. Go upstairs, you little bastard. Footsies. Oh, Jesus Christ, you little shit. Doubled back on me. It doubled back. All right, we have ultraviolet. That didn't seem like it was throwing enough to be a Pulte, right? Did it? Like it seemed like it was tossing a bunch, but not enough. Spirit box, ghost writing. Okay, so I would need spirit box. Oh shit, I didn't smudge that time, did I? It's gonna hunt again. I don't think it was enough. I don't think it was enough either, man. Although it has cleared this table, to be honest. Coach says you have UV. Thank you, Song. I seenst it. I seenst it. Das Boot. It threw like one of those things. It threw like one of those things. Yeah. Super weak. Oh no, it could be dots. Oh, hello, Stinky. Okay. Let's see here. Where's the spirit box? We know it's not going to be writing. We know we haven't seen orbs. Aldi. We haven't seen that. Here's his extra flashlight. There's his lighter. There's that. Where the hell? Oh, there it is. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Are you angry? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you a Goryo, you butthole? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where you at? Why you kill my friend? Jerkhole. Check freezing one more time. Absolute bubble. Minogna! Thank you, friend. Is the weekly challenge best for leveling up? Or I think it's something you just incorporate, the weekly challenges. It's definitely good to get the levels from them, for sure. Be a Goryo. I'm leaning more towards a Goryo, to be honest. Leaning more towards it. Hi, Steph. You love life? He used to. How was Turkey Day? Turkey Day was good. Turkey Day was good. Bam came over, and then today we always do. Well, we started a tradition of doing trash giving the day after. Nice tree, by the way. Thanks. Figured day after Thanksgiving, might as well go ahead and put it up. Why not? Why not? Oh, hey, how are you? Coach, this ghost is being a jerk and is not giving us the last of the stuff. Trash giving? Yeah, it's when you just eat a bunch of fast food and you make it look like it's like some nice arrangement, sort of like dinner thing. Yeah. So I did that. It's pretty awesome. We did it last year and we did it this year too. Okay. Blinks are normal. Don't think it's you. I don't think it's you. You. I think you're too loud. You don't seem to be hunting enough to be a demon. Not that I could tell. You haven't shapeshifted. It had line of sight to me. It didn't sprint. Banshee Goryo. If it's a Banshee, imagine the odds. We would have dots either way. No, what? Sorry. Sorry for what? You didn't do anything. Ghost is being a jerkhole. Was there dots? Did I look away for a heartbeat and we saw effing dots? So here's the question then. Is this a Banshee or a Goryo? Child? Okay. Let's try our luck. I'm trying one more thing. We will see. Flarp, hello. There's dots. Roger that. All right. Well, we're going to watch them like this. Hopefully we can see them from here. I have a headlamp and a shoulder light that are screwing with us. The real thing here is if we see the dots in person or only in the camera. That's the real question. Yeah. Thank you guys for the follows. My activity feed is not showing them up. Is not bringing them up, and I apologize. Austin, welcome in. Definitely dots. Yeah. If we have dots in person, it is a Banshee. If we don't have dots in person, Goryo. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Spinal Cage, thank you so much for the prime. Might be able to see via the kitchen window or the wall. Oh, maybe. I don't know if you'd be tall. If I'm tall enough to see it that way, though. You know what I mean? We should have a zoom feature. That'd be sick. That'd be pretty cool. What keyboard mouse do I use? Keyboard wise, I don't even remember the model, but it's a Steel series and it's extremely quiet. The mouse, I use a Logitech G502. I have yet to see dots either way. Fortunately, we can't watch like that. Assuming Coach got her mouth hug. Yeah, she kind of did it. It was her fault, though. It was absolutely her fault. Cam might be able to see through the wall. The problem with that song is if I can't see, the entire point is being able to see it in person or not. So if it's just the camera, then 50-50 time? Maybe. It might be. What are the odds, though, that it would target her and then target Aldi? Now, targeting, if I was the like, that means that I wouldn't have been the target, because that means that would have meant that Aldi was the target. Oh, no, that's okay, Emerald. No, that's okay. I'm more worried about being able to see the dots like this than I am about the truck, because the truck still leads me to this, to those two. Use the radio and it still went to Aldi? I didn't use the radio at first. No. I went over in front of the door. I went over in front of the door and it had already gotten Aldi. That's the problem. Yeah. I don't know, man. I might have to 50-50 it. Like, what do we think the odds are? What do we think the odds are that this is a Banshee? It has done multiple singing events. Oh, I appreciate it, Flop. Yeah, the freaking follows aren't showing up in my activity feed right now, and I don't know why. Yeah. Does the pair mic work if you're outside? No, you have to be inside. No, people are hoping for a rare thing. Aldi, your poor body. We haven't seen dots this entire time, by the way, which is a blast. Can you see the orbs from outside the house like how you are now? I mean, if it's in the window or something, yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Try to force this. How does one force the screen? Do tell. Do tell. How do you force the screen? I think I've had times where I sat there for like 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes staring at a banshee, knowing it's a banshee, and it never screamed. It just never did it. Yeah. A hunt doesn't give away anything. Nope. A hunt doesn't give away anything. Nothing. Nope, it's a 50-50. We could sit here and keep testing, but I don't want to keep them dead. I'm going to say Goryo. I'm just going to go Goryo because it's a jerk hole and I hate it. Oh, I've gotten the scream many times. For sure. There's a chance. Yeah, but do you understand? Like, what is the point in waiting for a chance to happen?
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready
Is
for you.
for the way you look at me.
Just jamming out in the afterlife?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucky
So,
50-50, man. I'll take it.
That was completely
Well deserved,
my
huh?
fault.
Was I right in how you went?
Yes.
Missed the locker, ran to the corner, and was like, oh.
Can't see me.
She was doing
Oh
that
my
when she was
God.
doing her no sanity, no evidence runs on Tanglewood. When she was in the nursery in that spot, she wasn't looking out. She still looked in the corner. I'm like, yeah, just look that way. It's fine. Oh my God. That's so funny. How many hours do I have in this game? Many. All of them. All of them. All right. Guryo. Okay. I chose Grafton, so that would be back to code. Yeah, another stinky Guryo. What a butt cheese.
Do you have ads to run?
They're coming soon. I mean, do you need to take a quick break? Because I can run them now.
No, I figured probably now is just a good time in general.
Yeah, I can do it. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to run ads, friends. I have 3 minutes I do every hour, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. Okay? Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, the soda. I'll do that. Yeah, I might as well do that too. All right. Yeah, just give me a couple minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate you, friends.
Of course.
Oh, my Lanta. Okay. I'm going to run... Oh, God. I'm going to run 3 minutes of ads. We do that every hour, so there's no pre-rolls. There is no pre-rolls for the new people that come in. So 3 minutes and I will BRB. We'll do this so they can chat freely. Do school. Get out of here. Get out of here. Here. All right. While that is going, we're going to do the thing. Talks amongst yourselves. Well, this is going to be the last one. I don't know which one it's going to be, but it's going to be one of them. I need to figure out my activity. Oh, great. Awesome. I need to figure out what the hell's happening with the activity feed, too. Why I can't see follows. That part is also a little annoying. That is also a little annoying. Let me try and refresh. Maybe that'll fix it. Because it's just the purple side that I can't see them. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. Refresh it? Yeah, that's what I tried to do. We'll see if it works. I followed you. Thanks, Song. You shut up. Retro, I am. No, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Okay. That's fine. We'll pivot. We'll pivot. It's fine. That'll work. That'll work. Yeah, I can't see him the other way, so I'm gonna have to see him this way and not see things coming from the talk, unfortunately. Jameson, Entity, Jazz, thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate it. All right. This will be the last one for a while because I'm not doing sodas next month. I don't know what I'm doing next month. We'll see. Slick, thank you for the 17. Pivot. We were watching that. We were watching the Thanksgiving episodes earlier today. Oh, it's so orange. What flavor is it? Buffalo wing. It's buffalo wing. That looks disgusting. You know, it's funny because it is. Is this healthy? It looks just like... All right. Well, I have a Celsius to chase it, so we'll be okay. Does it smell spicy? It smells so bad. What I do is just for the people. It's fine. Chug-a-lug. Thank you. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my God, that was fucking spicy. Oh, my eyes hurt. My eyes hurt. I need to wipe my eyes. Oh my God. Thank you for the subs. Appreciate it. Tears of joy? No. Oh. Oh, the cold mixed with the spice. Oh. That's okay, Silent. It's okay. I know my limits. Next month, December, I won't be doing them. So I'll have a break from them. We'll have to figure out what I'm going to do in December. I don't know yet. Which one did I drink? That was buffalo wing. That was buffalo wing. Oh. Delish. Thanks. Warlock, hello friend. How are the games? The games have been good. Hey. I realized I had your voice down. I was like, why are you not saying anything?
Oh, well, that's on you.
Sorry, that was my bad.
So spicy?
Sorry, that was my bad. I had your voices down so you guys could talk freely while that was running. I forgot.
Wow.
I, like,
I can't believe you turned us down.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We were quiet for you.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, we were quiet.
I could have, yeah. And then all of a sudden, boom, I come back and then there's Jingle Wieners all over the lobby. I know how this goes.
Wait a minute. Why does this not work?
Oh, if you're the host. Or maybe you're just not strong enough, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm probably not strong enough, bro.
Yeah, watch. See, you just gotta have the sauce. That's all.
Wow.
It's okay. At least you can still put cornhole inside. You wood inside the cornhole.
Oh my lord.
Hey, what's up, show? Thanks, dude. See, look. Boom.
Boom.
Win the cornhole. Roger that. Oh, prisons. Oh, my Lanta. It is spicy Friday, I guess. I can't throw the basketball right, so don't feel too bad.
So spicy.
Coach, you okay? Coach. It was so distant. She was so far away.
Why?
You sound like you were in another building.
Oh.
Whoever was here must have summoned the
All right.
ghost with
I'll do a cam check.
Investigate it, but be careful. We don't know what it's
It's so dark. I can't
It is.
see.
It's really, really,
period.
it's really, really dark.
Good Lord.
And it's raining.
And it's raining.
Yeah.
Hey, what up, Sam? Welcome in. I don't see any herbs or spices. No herbs. Oh, well. F it. Oh, they both. Oh, ew. Oh, brother. Ew. I'll use it. F it. It's fine. It's fine. At least it isn't blood rain. Although that would have been pretty entertaining. That would have been pretty damn funny. Just got the Discord noti. Holy shit. Didn't the Discord notification go out like right at like 8:30? Oh my word. What map? We're playing prison. Another thing. No, I got another Goryo. Discord likes to be funny sometimes. Yeah, that's true. We'll prep these switches. That soda was delicious. Thank you. I'm going over to B block, by the way.
Roger, roger.
Learning more ghosts? Nice. Not getting anything. Because you didn't get the noti? Oh my god. Is that ambient? I think that was ambient. Yeah, my streams normally start Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30, and then Sundays at 1. Found it. Upstairs B block.
We're coming, Elizabeth!
Nothing like being the first place. Oh my. It touched Nanor. Shooting. I heard it. Where was that?
Don't know.
It sounded like it was through something. I should be close enough. Yeah. No? All right. Fine. F me, I guess. Hey, I appreciate that, Parker. Thank you, dude. It touched Nanor again. I don't know which one it was, though. Hold on. Check this one, Aldi. This one right here.
Nada.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go get more stuffs. Teleported to me? I don't think so. I had cold temps up there as soon as I walked up. And we thought we heard something already that was faint. So that's why I think it is actually up there. Yep. Are each prison cell a different room? No, each side. The sides are different. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Joke? So, what you in for?
Well, I got framed. My wife did all the killing. She, led some circles.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's the worst. I've heard that before.
Yep.
Yeah. Just He just leaves. Well, that was a good dog. I guess it's a really emotional subject for him. Hey, where was that power, by the way?
Hey, Blonde.
That's it. No, that emote. I originally added that emote when I was doing Kronk impressions during some of our investigations. Abe Walk. Tigress! Thank you for the raid. Welcome. How are you, friend? What you looking for?
Trying to see if we have orbs.
I don't see any orbs. Nice. Thank you for the follow, by the way. And Show, I appreciate you, man. I guess I'm going to bring a smooge.
A smooge.
I'm going to bring both dots as well.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my, imagine. Go ahead in the van. Tigress, how was your stream? Rainy days. Hello, look, rainy
Long
days.
cloud, kiss my butt.
He'd be so lucky. Moving back into the apartment? Nah, she's subletting. I know you can hear the stream.
Huh?
He said moving back into the apartment. I was like, she's subletting. Came over from playing Liar's. Oh, how was Liar's Bar? I haven't played that yet. I have yet to play that. No, it's a Twitch stream, Flo. Is that door Aldi? Aldi, was that you at the door or was that the ghost? Is that an event? Yes. Yeah. Can I put this up here anywhere? Damn, Sag. How about up there? No? How about over there? How about over here? What the fuck? That was Aldi's body I just saw, by the way. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
I knew you were dead because I saw you in the afterlife.
Yeah.
I don't know why she came over here. She's chucking stuff, but is she HR chucking stuff? I don't know. She wanted some buffalo.
Does that sound a little slow to you?
No, it sounds pretty normal. Sounds normal. Blinks are normal. Hey, what's up, gamer? All right, coach, it's up to you. I was not ready. I was not ready for the hunt. I did not realize we were that low on sanity. Yeah, about that.
And I
Yeah.
think the event didn't help.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there she goes. She said, "Fuck this shit. I'm out." Or is it an early hunter? Could be. Yeah, absolutely. Could be. I don't think we have anything. He wasn't getting UV. We weren't seeing EMF 5. There's another that's not a 5. If it throws an item, I can take that item and go put it over top of the EMF reader. Writing? Do we have writing? No, no writing. Negative on the writing. But as a dead player, that is one thing that you can do. If somebody leaves like an EMF on the ground, you can take the objects that the ghost is throwing and move them over there to see if it's an EMF 5. Oh, it was meant to be a question. Oh, I thought you saw writing in the book. Understood. Yeah. Come on, coach. You can do it. What if I put this stuff out here so I can see when it's more obviously thrown?
Do we have any evidence at all?
No. If you can hear me, coach, I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of.
Roger.
Toothpaste. Oh no, she's very well. She's very well aware of what happened to me, because she was in the B block with us. What did it just throw? A bunch of throws, a bunch of touches, and I'm not seeing any EMF 5s. Not seeing a single one. Okay. Dots. Blinks are normal. Not fast. I doubt we've aged it like that. There's no way. Might have been talking near it. Maybe a yokai? But our sanity also may have been tanked. So if we're not seeing orbs, and we're not getting ultraviolet, probably not a banshee.
Freezing.
Oh, she's here.
Are you here?
We have dots and freezing. What is she doing? It's a Yurei. That's my guess. It's a Yurei. It's Nightmare. We're not going to get any more evidence. Run, coach. Run.
Fucking hell.
She forgot. I'm pretty sure
I'm not used to being on night.
No ghost ball event. No ghost ball event, but it didn't seem very visible, right? I mean, unless she wants to try a hunt again, I don't know. It didn't seem super visible to me. Could be wrong. Seemed like normal blinks. Seemed normal to me too. You said normal. I know I said normal, but question is if I was right or not. I thought blinks living and dead were different. No, the blinks are fine. The blinks you can still see as a dead player. You can't see an Obake shapeshift as a dead player. There are certain things you cannot see as a dead player. But the blinks, yeah. You can still see the Phantom being super invisible. Oni being extra visible. All that stuff. Yeah. Gabriella, hello. You can't see the Hantu breath, I believe. Yeah, I think you're right, David. Correct. I do not think you can see the Hantu breath as a dead player. Coach for the win? Coach for the win? I can't see a fucking thing. I can't see where I am. Wait, open. Oh, it's one of these doors.
Hey, how are you?
Oh my God. know that we had the cards.
Is it still hunting?
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. I can't believe you got a high priestess. There's no effing way.
I know.
Pull the cards, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Mm-hmm.
They were
All
right.
right.
Oh, hold on. Let me get this light on for you.
Do you wanna pull or nah?
I'm afraid of cursing it. You I think you deserve it.
All right. I'm gonna try to bring Aldi back. Hopefully.
Okay. Oh my God! Imagine double high priestess.
Fuck. Hide.
Hunting again. There's no way it's this close. If it's over at the B block.
I'm just nervous.
I know. I'll close that just. At least we'll know when it's done hunting.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I've ever gotten 2 High Priestess cards in one deck. I don't know if I have or not.
I don't think I have, but I want to give it a try.
I know people that have, or like people have said they have.
Oh my God.
Here, you deserve this. It's coffee.
Aw, thanks. Thanks for the coffee.
You're welcome.
You know what Aldi told me when we were dead?
What?
We have 1 coffee pod left.
1 coffee pod left?
Yeah.
Like a
we
K-cup?
use Keurig. We have yeah, we have 1 left. 1.
You know what the move is?
Fuck!
You did not. What's Coach? Was that the last card? Hold on. Hold on. Was that the last card? Are they gone? I think that was the last card. No way, dude. They're gone. Oh, no. I still lived. No, let me out. No, let me out. I'll use hand sanitizer. Just let me leave. Oh man. Well, I guess you won't be needing this. I'll just take this home with me. Oh no. Oh no. She said, "Hey, Flash, do you want to pull the cards?" I said, "No, no, no. I don't want to jinx it. You deserve it." And here she is. You know what? This is for you, and you get a coffee in the afterlife. That's for you. It's decaf. Oh my God. I just can't. Why does it seem? You notice something else when you die and come back to life? How red the reds are? Like, holy shit. They're so red. Like, look at the truck. Good God. Everything is so saturated now. So again, okay. So I feel like it's I feel like it's a Yurei. Coach is gonna be red too. Never noticed it. I've only noticed it when I've like died and come back from doing something. From whatever, all of a sudden the reds are just so stinking red. Decaf coffee, that's right. All right, going Yurei. she did such a good job too. I mean, watch being Oni. No, she did such a good job. And then the cards.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
cards giveth, and the cards taketh away.
Oh man, you did good, kid. You did good.
Kid, I'm older than you.
What are the odds? What are the odds out of everything that could happen? You get a High Priestess card and a Hanged Man card.
I can't believe that.
Oh man,
You told me I deserved it, and the cards were like, bet.
you're right. She does deserve this.
This
Oh.
is for splitting the circle.
Listen, I didn't realize that we had cards. So when all of a sudden I came back to life, I didn't know if it was the monkey paw or what.
No.
And she was just sitting there with the cards. I was like, oh, she actually got it. No way. And then she's dead. Here, do you want to pull the cards? No, no, no. You deserve it. Oh, man. Who chose prison? Was that Aldi?
That was me,
Oh.
because we had a daily to do a medium map.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
I need to look at the dailies and the weeklies more often, honestly. Just inevitably do them anyway. It's like there's these are all the dailies are done. Weeklies, I just have to use the cursed possession. So if I pulled cards, that's funny. All right, Bleezy.
I hope you share that one too, Lord.
He's still standing better than he ever was.
Fuck off.
Like a true survivor.
Oh no, here we go.
Anonymous, thank you for the gifted. Haven't had the cards yet? Oh my god.
The equipment and get set up before investigating.
Oh, cursed possession.
We've had
You're
no
so
reports
cursed.
of violence, but keep an eye out.
Oh yeah, okay.
So funny. Oh my god.
I can't
Too
believe
often I
that
get the
happened.
high
I'm not
priestess
kidding
and then I
you.
get the hangman. Oh my god. I will listen. That will forever go down as a moment that sticks with me when I got when I got a high priestess card followed by a hanged man card immediately. Like the next card. It was the craziest shit. My god. Wicker basket. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Cyber. Hey, we have hiding here. What do we got?
No.
Thank you, Carrier. Hey, we have no cards, though. That's a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be a... Oh, is that going to be a short? Oh, there's a good possibility of it. I have to find a way to do a little bit of editing magic to compile that moment. Me being dead in prison, coming back to life, realizing she has the cards, saying, no, 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 you pull them, and then she dies. Yeah. Just a little trickery. Hey, there's a little boner back here. Upstairs.
Oh, hi.
Did you just get vented on?
She did.
I heard, oh, hi, little... Over this way, Aldi. There's a little boner back over there.
Yeah, well, she turned a corner, saw me, and screamed bloody murder, so...
Listen, I didn't have lights on. I went into the bathroom because I'm looking for orbs, and he just came right out of the corner, or right out of the thing. Interesting.
I was just standing there.
Medicine. Wee woo. So it was downstairs where it vented on you?
Please don't be up here.
It vented on you downstairs, right?
Oh, yeah, it
happened on
should
the
be.
first floor.
Thank you for the hype train, friends.
Yeah, it vented on me in the foyer.
Did we turn the light switch on in the office?
I did not.
17. 15.
It blew the lights here in the foyer. but I
Wicker
don't.
basket. Thank you
that
for the
pillow's
tier
out
1,
of
homie.
place,
It's
isn't
7.
it?
It is 7. Oh yeah, that's the forever pillow. You can, yeah, pick it up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What the?
Yeah. Effing cement. I think it's here, though.
What the hell?
Yep, I got nothing. I don't know why. Oh, I turned that light on before I went upstairs? I thought I turned it on and turned it off.
Not
Oh,
known.
ghost fat. That guy, Matt. Thank you for the prime. Wind up next. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe. We haven't done it as a group yet. That is true. 'Tis the truth. Thanks, Aldi. Looking like
No problem.
Thor's pillow. That's right. Only the chosen one can pick up that pillow. Sorry. Buffalo wings coming back. What a bitch. It kicked the juice.
It is way too dark.
Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Are you angry? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? If you're the chosen one, toss thine pillow. I think it was to talk to you.
Hmm.
Are you here? Where are you? Oh my god.
It threw the pillow.
She's the one.
It is worthy.
What? Are you here? Are you here?
EMF 5.
She's the chosen one.
Does anybody have UV?
Right here. Right here.
He does. He
I
does.
got it. I got it.
I don't know which one.
Thank you for the
What frames
biddies.
do you have UV.
Of?
UV and EM. Fucking criminy.
Again. Jesus Christ.
I am so.
Well,
over
we don't have a
these
Goryo,
ghosts.
so it's a Jin Myling Abake. Didn't it shut the power off?
No.
No? Oh, I thought it did.
Power was on one.
Maybe not.
It blew the lights
Spino.
here in this room.
Thank you for the 5 gifted, friend. Oh,
Hey!
gotcha. I'm gonna go get more salt.
I can't believe that it.
My God. My God. Bake, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Very active. It is very active. It is very active. Jin Myling Obake. I mean, I guess if it has not cut the juice yet. I'm actually going to bring in a crucifix as well. Hey, creative. Hope you're having a great stream. Discovered you on YouTube. Thought I'd stop by. Appreciate you. All right, Ghosty Shorts. I'm gonna need you to relax your. Here, we'll put that on the couch. We'll put this over here. Okay, do that over there. I'm gonna put one there. We're gonna put. It hasn't been walking over there.
You shit face.
Wow, dude. I do have feelings.
Not you.
Oh.
Well, fine. Sorry.
Thought she called me a
Let's
shit face,
talk to
dude.
the ghost. He showed up.
Is it walking at all? Oh. Okay. What the hell? What the hell kind of foot patterns are these? What the shit?
I have no idea. What the?
That's the
It
book.
just threw the book.
Yeah.
Does that count as an interaction if I take a picture?
It should, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, indeedy.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yep, indeedy. Did it skip a footy? It's so hard to tell with the way that it just did that. Kind of like knock on the window or something. Ghosty, give us a touch. Oh,
Oh.
more footsie doodles. Okay.
Yeah. We need 3 more photos, but I need ghost picture.
Oh. Well, if you need a ghost picture, then it's going to show up for you Right about. Told you.
All right, show up. You.
Shit. It's taken a wee. God, 10 times in a row. Oh my god. Do you think it wants to bake your cookies?
Yeah,
It's really hard to tell.
I hear you.
Okay, more footsies. It has yet to knock on a door or a window.
Brimini.
Ghost, please. Sorry, dropped it. Nope, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Fucking hell!
You missed it, didn't you?
Got salt.
Hey, Aldi, can you erase that 1-star disturbed salt pick? Thanks.
I got you, boo.
Oh, here's your chance.
Eat it.
Did you get it? Yeah.
Getting cold, reheat it.
We still don't know what it is.
Power hasn't been
It hath
licked
not.
off.
Did you hear?
Do you have an
Oh.
EMF on it?
You said there is an EMF on it?
I have an EMF reader on the breaker, but it hasn't done anything.
Oh, are you next to the breaker right now?
I'm next to the breaker right now.
Okay, we did spend a bunch of time near it, so I don't know. I can test it when it hunts. Okay, we will see. Can't get over how funny that. Oh my god, her. Coach is so funny. Oh shit. Running up the ghost power bill. I seen dead. It did a shift. No, I don't want to answer it.
So it's an obake?
It is no bake.
Nice.
Yeah. Shut up, ghost. It just keeps
Aldi,
ringing.
come on.
Aldi, come back. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Oh yeah, I saw the shapeshift when I was I had it chase me down the hallway. Yeah, boy.
Listen, I'm proud I got that picture.
The first disturbed salt though was pretty good.
Oh my god.
This interaction picture with Aldi in it. That's good. Oh my god. And then the ghosty wanted to play cameraman. I like it. I like it. Okay. Obake.
Obake.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Is my wire team ready?
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Now that's a knife.
Thank y'all for the follows. I appreciate you. Rump, hello. Cute cookie, hello. Ow.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. We have to. We ain't stunts.
No! What?
Oh, oh. We have to.
Ah.
Okay, it's good.
Are you comforting her? Here, I'll give you a moment. You're like headbutting her. I don't know how comforting that is, though.
Hey.
You're going to be just fine. Narcane, thank you for the subs. Appreciate you, Omi.
Hate
hope.
point hopes.
It's fine. The ghost is going to
Just not
be
used to it.
It's going to be on the kitchen level, and it's going to throw a sausage to give away that it's there.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a Dio.
Easy peasy. Calling it. We're calling it right now. What's the best way to make money in Phas? High multiplier games. Very high multiplier games. Narcane, thank you so much, Omi. Thank you.
Prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Coach, hey, you stink.
Looks like
Little sausage in the hole, you know what I'm saying?
we've had reports of looks like they left
Come on.
Bye.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
It's fine. It's not going to be at the top. No, it's not. Hey, nobody locked our shower. Let's go. Isn't that the worst? Hey, be careful of this hiding spot. The ghost can spawn in
We
here.
have orbs right here.
Oh, well, shit. Well, never mind then. Well, you know what? I'm still going to go play it. BRB. I got to find the power anyway. Oh, bone in the kitchen. TBH, what's up, dude? Where is our power? Oh my God, is the power all the way up here? Come on now. Yeah, there it is. All right. Power is on the bedroom level, FYI. You know what? Hold on. Leave that sausage there. Like running the 10-3-2 cut. Yeah. Yeah, I do a 10-12. Bruce! Bruce, I have you with a Santa hat on my shelf. Okay. Go over here. Line up our shot. Go, yeah, yeet!
Friday.
Sausage in the hole.
Mayor, Revy, or thing.
Ooh, spicy. Okay, he got the bone. I brought Bruce. We'll be okay.
Okay.
If it's a thing. Ready? Mirror check. Mirror check. Mirror check.
Ghosty. I feel like it's a Revy.
That sound hot. Let me get a smudge. I'll be back. Need you to hit an ID card for this map? Yes. The Easter egg? Definitely. It's one of my favorite cards. And it's one of the easiest ones you could possibly get. And it's animated. There's the orb. Okay. The orb is still there.
Who? Shut the door! You scared me!
Stupid ghost. It's a loud door. Listen to this.
God damn it.
What?
I legit thought.
That's it? I legit thought? Roger that.
I legit thought.
I thought.
I thought. Ghosty.
All right, so Mayor Revy Thay, A. I didn't see what the cursed was.
I don't know where they all are
Yeah,
on this
I don't-
map.
All right,
I only know where the
I'll go do a switch.
Ouija board is.
I'll do a switch. So the cards spawn. We have cards.
Are you kidding? I ain't touching him this time.
What's wrong? What's the worst that could happen? Look at the cozy
could
fire. Where's? Do we have a record player down here or anything? Do we play some tunes?
No.
Look, do you want me to use them?
Yeah.
Now hold on. Hey, you do have hiding right behind you though. It's a little trickery, but you can. That is hiding. All right. We do not have hiding on the second. Jeez. little smudge hand sticking out of the tent.
Oh my god.
Hey. Wait, hold on.
What?
Crouch back down. Hey, how are you?
How are you?
All right. Let's see. Here we go. Did I just get robbed of a high priestess because of this piece of shit? Fairly certain I just got thieved of a high priestess card.
You did. I called it though.
What a butthole. Yeah, that's a
I
Revy.
pooped in the shower.
Oh no, no.
What?
Stomp it down, quick.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, Granny started out here and she's like, I'm gonna go in here for a shower. I'm like, I said no.
Oh man. She was spicy. Yeah, it's definitely a revenant. All right. Oh, we never escaped it.
Do we really want to try that?
I mean, kind. Yeah. Well.
I've got the achievement.
I got the achievement. I'm gonna go get the power back on, and then I'll try. Yeah, he got the bone. Yeah, when I came back downstairs, the bone was already gone. Break the streak. We'll see. We will sure as hell try. Like I said, it's been quite a long time. No, you're not. Be brave. I'm gonna be so brave. I'm brave. I'm so brave. She's watching TV. Granny was in here watching her soap opera. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I poopied.
Well,
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Got all the objectives though. Heyo.
nice. Ayo.
Don't trust the stairs, Smooge. Fair enough. Fair enough.
What is that?
What?
What?
Did the ghost get that all the way down here?
What?
Wait a minute.
What the hell?
What is that? Hold on, watch. Because what it probably did, it threw it out the door. So when it threw it out the door, this is what it probably did.
Rolling.
They hated. That's hilarious.
Does it keep going when it hits there? It sure does. Look at it go.
Go, little ball, go.
Go, Slinky, go.
Oh my god.
It's long. It's big. It's wood.
My lord.
It's better than bad. It's good. Oh, Revenante. All right, we're good. I can't.
Yeah.
That was a good spot. Here, it's ours now. I mean, it did send it with us.
It's a nice party gift from Granny.
Here, I made this
Oh,
myself back in
no.
1922.
Oh my god.
Everyone loves a log. Bowling champ? Oh, maybe that's what it was. That's what they used to bowl with.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
So stupid. Hi, Carumba.
Whew.
Courtney, thank you for thank you for the gift,
I'm extremely
friend.
happy that it was
Back in my day.
at the bottom.
Excuse me?
I was happy that it was at the bottom of the Point Hope.
Oh, that's what you meant. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Listen, I'm not the one on here with blurbs talking about little you-know-whats.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh my god.
All right, we got this.
What are we
We got
doing?
this. We're fine. We're just going to camp. That's fine.
Okay.
We're going camping.
This is just gonna be intense, okay?
Wow! God.
Yeah, I got nothing. All right, let's go. Attempted the custom. How to go?
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
All right, I see no
There have
orbs.
been new
The
reports
cameras
of
have been looking
observed objects
extra
nearby.
dark.
This must be the reason the
No, I don't like it at all.
No, it's been looking extra dark, and I don't
You
know
may be
why.
able to use it to your advantage.
Don't completely understand. Nightly Storm, thank you for the raid. Hello, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Cow Pal, hello. How was stream? How it do? What it do? TT95, hello. Thank you for the raid. Oh my God, how are the games? I know you two are gaming. What have we got?
We ain't found shit.
Did I hear something? Play some DVD. We found a spine. Oh boy.
You know how long it's been since I've touched Dead by Daylight?
Roger that.
It's been a hot minute.
It's all good, Railroad. I got it. It's all good. The mirror calls? It does. All right. Oh, lovers. Lovers. Lovers.
So right here?
Roger that. Yeah, the mirror showed right about here.
All right.
And it's touching the tent.
Great.
I think it was this one.
It sounded like it was over there. Like possibly the blue. Like it's roaming around a little bit. I've been good, Cal Pal. How have you been? I'm just making sure that it's not over here. It definitely shouldn't be because the mirror showed it back there. How many do I have? What do you mean code? You mean on YouTube? Opening Phas. Nice, nice. Well, I hope that you guys had a blast playing the DVDs. Oh, I mean, I'd have to go look. I don't know, Code. I mean, you are watching from there, so you probably could see. Yeah. So quickly. Oh, probably pretty easy, Gabrielle. Yeah, depending on what platform you're on, you just hit copy, paste, and then send over and over. Yeah. But it's a one-way ticket to being kicked, basically. What'd you call me?
Spirit box.
Wow, dude, you don't hear me calling you names.
God damn.
I'm gonna bring some crucifixes. 149, there we go. Right, I'm gonna place a crucifix right chaw. Place another one over chaw. Dude, another. Yeah. Steppies.
Here we go, right here.
Is it inside the tent?
I think it was the tent flap.
Okay. It also walked in the salt. I don't think we have UV. Hey, what's up, Satchel? How are you? Where's the salt that it stepped in? I am very much confused.
Here-ish? I put 2 here, like
Oh,
right here.
did it go through the floor? Oh, no.
I think it did.
I've heard about that. Someone else had said something about that, like the salt getting walked in and then going through the floor. Yeah, it's walking over here somewhere. But there's no... Yeah, the pile's gone. Oh, it's here. There it is. Hey, what's up, Brayden? The ghost is too ghostly? Yeah.
Writing. Yep.
What was the first thing she said we had? What was the first thing you said we had? Did you say we had evidence before the writing? Spirit box?
Yeah, spirit box.
Spirit box. Ah.
So it's not a Dio or a Moroi, correct? They both
No.
need spirit box.
But we have spirit box.
If we
Oh fuck. My bad. I won't talk about it. I won't talk about it.
I was like, wait. I'm so confused. Sorry to be red. No,
too.
Nightly, I appreciate you. She said, I was like, so we have writing. What else? Spirit box. She said, yeah, we got spirit box. So it can't be a Mora or a Dio, right? Because they need spirit box. Am I drunk? It's like I'm taking crazy pills.
I mean, technically.
Copper. Okay, he's like, well, you know. Oh my god, that's so funny. I feel that it's late for Coach. I get it. Look, and you're yawning. Get out of here. Get that shit out of here.
That was my first yawn
Get
of
out of
the
here.
evening, and it is 11:30.
That's true. That's true. You are a trooper. You and all.
Yeah.
Copperhead. Thank you for the subs, homie. All right. All right. We just need to go back in there, I guess. Highland Walrus. Thank you. Oh, we need a photo of this stinky, don't we? Oh. Crazy. I was crazy once. All right. I'm going to light the fire. Get the vibes going. Do we have room for photos? We do. Light the candles. Set the mood so it'll show up again.
Nice lovely bench.
Yeah.
There's 2 beers here.
Hey, Ghosty. I offer one. Wait, what? I can't read what these are. These are different beers. Shit. I can't see what the brand is. Trying. Oh, what did that say?
Oh boy.
Run, Aldi, run! Aldi, run! Run! Keep going! Keep trucking! Keep going!
Booyah! We both lit.
Yeah, but look at that 2-star disturbed salt photo. Yeah, boy.
Oh my lord.
That was me. I thought it was an event. It was not an event.
And it's not a DO.
No, definitely not. And the rest of them are normies. This is gonna be tough.
The Moroi isn't normal.
Speedy, though.
Though, yeah. The Moroi and the Dio would definitely get. I mean, the Dio obviously, but the Moroi would get faster with our sanity getting lower, and that sounded possibly normal to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's a Spirit Pulte mare.
Okay.
Hasn't thrown stuff yet. Not a lot. We have one more smooge, I believe. Shan, thank you for the
Yeah.
follow. Copper, thank you so much.
I'm not
homie.
gonna touch it because I'll ruin it.
That's what she.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All day. Holy shit.
Ma'am.
That seemed awfully yeety.
Yeah, it did.
Didn't you just smudge? I did, but there was multiple that happened. She's.
Remember when you got killed standing outside?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Are you still hiding behind the death barrels?
Yes.
Look at that. Go back there for a second. All right, right there. No, let's pop up.
Is it okay?
Okay, live, damn it, live. Grab this just in case
Yeah,
things happen.
not-
Okay.
Not a spirit. That was like
That was
90
so good.
seconds after
Yeah,
I smudged it.
I don't know. Dude, it seemed like it was yeeting a lot. I can go back in, or someone can go back in. We can see it yeeting items again. Didn't even see him.
Science!
No, Aldi, take the sponge. Take the sponge.
All day!
Do you have a lighter?
Aldi!
Yes.
He's got a lighter.
Yes.
Sponge. I made it. I made it. We're good. I pooped. Did you snort at me?
It was so good.
Oh my god. Sakuna, I've already played it. Or I've already played a version of this that had the lobby and everything. No, she's not. She's just trying to be a goof. Oh, do we have Slendy by the way? No.
I haven't seen him, but
He took the night off.
yeah.
And listen, you guys have been going for it's been a long day today.
Yeah, it has.
When did you stop stream earlier today?
About 3,
Okay.
roughly. Yeah.
Aldi, I don't know if it likes you.
I don't think so.
I just see him hiding behind the freaking barrels.
I didn't know he was there until the hunt ended. Oh. I hear the train a coming.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I need you to go over here so we can actually see you. What is this asshat doing? Go to the fire!
Ma'am.
Wow,
Yeah, I know.
that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
What video is your favorite that you've made? Oh god, that's so hard. That's so hard to choose from. That is a very, very difficult thing to choose from. There's been so many that I've really, really enjoyed. What's up, Zonin? How are you? I'm good. Good evening, Pook.
Big summer blowout.
Yoo-hoo.
Oh my god.
Ollie, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Maybe? Oh, she started in the blue tent. No, go this way, you piece of crap.
Hey!
Pull her over like a cat. My friends, yeah. Yeah, Sin, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you, friend. Gabe, thank you for the prime. Dude, she is such a turd.
I know.
That's twice now she has hunted from over there.
I just saw something fly.
Like an eagle. Oh, shit.
Wow.
I don't know if this came from the fire or from back there. She yeeted the crap out of this, though.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a Pulte.
Definitely seems like it.
Yeah. Hey, Christy.
Okay. You just want to say Pulte?
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
cool. I'm cool with that. Oh, schmoz. All right. Aldi, you did good.
Thanks, Flash.
Hey, he's gonna say thanks, Dad. He's like, wait a minute. You did good, kid. You did good.
Thanks, man.
Shiesty, hello. Oh.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Hermione, hello. How are you? Just wanted to say hi, bring the positive vibes. I appreciate you. Welcome.
That was
Welcome.
amazing.
Yeah, we thought so. How many more you guys got? You got like one more in you?
Got one more.
All right.
Yeah, I can do it.
Where do you want to go?
Somewhere short. Like me.
All right. Are you calling me like Sunny Meadows or some shit? Calling me Lurch? Calling me tall?
Listen.
What are you trying to say?
Listen. Yesterday at Thanksgiving, I showed my in-laws the picture of you and I from
Oh,
DahliaCon, and I was like, the first thing this mofo said to me was, "Wow, you're short."
Literally the first thing. Literally
That
the
was
first thing.
literally the first thing.
Yeah. I have ads that need to play. I'm going to play them really quickly and then we'll get into it.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. And then we'll do the last
I'm
one.
gonna use the restroom really quick.
Okay. Roger Dodger. Yeah, I'm 6'4". I'm kind of tall. And go. We're timing you. All right. 3 minutes of ads, friends. And then we have another one that we're going to do. We're not done yet. We ain't done yet. 3 minutes. If you are not subbed, if you don't have turbo, I do 3 minutes. So that way you don't have pre-rolls. And that way we can make the ads play here and not play in the middle of a game. So take a break. Go get a drink. Get a snack. BRB. BRB. When is Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving was yesterday. All right. There we go. Artai, hello. No more turkey? Oh, no, no. I'm okay with leftover turkey. I like the turkey. Oh, yeah. Leftover turkey sandwiches? So good. So good. Not the ads. Yeah. Ads are the way of Twitch. They are inevitable. No choice. No choice. What made me decide to play Phas? When I first played Phasmo, I played during Halloween time just to try out a different horror game. I had some friends that were playing that asked me to play, so I tried it out. Obviously scared the living crap out of me. But at that point I wasn't a horror main. I wasn't doing horror games mainly. And then a year later, after trying it, I decided to take a leap, knowing that it was going to possibly do bad things to my viewership. And I was like, you know what, man, I just want to be happy with what I'm playing. So then I switched it up, and here we are. And here we are. Gamer Wolf, thank you for the subs, dude. Hello, friend. How are you? Oh my God. Gamer Wolf, appreciate you, homie. How the hell are you? Oh, Skuna, that's awesome, friend. I would like the ideological Thanksgiving they made a worldwide holiday, a day to feast with family. I like that too. Yeah. Yeah, the idea of that's super cool. Got a new pair of wireless SteelSeries headphones. Love them. Ooh, what kind? Which ones did you get? What'd you used to play mostly? I was a Rocket League main for like 2 years. Yeah. I didn't do it like competitively really that much. It was more just for fun. Going back to bed now. Been up since 3 a.m. for some crazy reason. Oh my God. Go to bed, friend. I appreciate you. Get all the sleeps. All of it. All of it. Definitely the midnight. Wait, what? Can be very toxic. Oh, absolutely. Any game that can be PvP inherently is going to have some level of toxicity to it. It's just the nature of the beast, man. I can't really think of any PvP games where it's just sunshine and rainbows, you know? Arctis Nova 5. I need to get new ones soon. These are starting, like, the charging is becoming a problem with these ones. So I might have to look into some new ones. Yeah. Still a lot of fun with it. I made it fun. Like, I went out of the way to make it fun by doing viewer tournaments, trying to learn how to air dribble, like holding the ball in the air as long as I could. Just fun, off the wall shit. Yeah. At that point I was partnered with them, so I was giving away game keys and all kinds of shit. Yeah. What rank did I get? Like champ 2 or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I used to do all the things, man. Mordai, hello. Get up. No, not yet, Bean. Not yet. What's up, Evan? No. All right. Ads are done. We're back. Ads are done. We are back. What is the most overrated item in Phas? Oh shit, I don't know. Night vision. I think night vision is the most overrated. Oh, you're talking about the alert sounds. The reason I asked that is because I'm the co-founder of a stream team, Midnight Society. That's why I was confused. That's why I was confused. I was commenting. Oh no, I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, we're good. Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Please don't lower your voice at me.
Oh.
Have you seen what Aldi does? Yes, you have.
Go on.
Nah.
Go on.
Go in.
Oh my God.
No. All right. You didn't choose a map.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's do.
How can we
do you wanna do
support? By
restricted?
watching all the friends. By watching all of the friends. Ooh, okay. Go out with a spicy. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Let's rock. I should have upgraded the lanterns. Damn. Damn. Oh well.
All right, we're here.
We'll be
Take a look at the
fine.
equipment and prepare accordingly
Yeah.
before starting the investigation.
No one's gonna die.
No.
Okay,
It's down
good.
it's down that hallway
Looks like
again, though.
whoever was here left in a hurry.
That's female wing, I think, isn't
Yes. Yes, it is.
it? Okay, cool.
All right. Flashlight, EMS.
Ramirez.
What?
Steven Ramirez. I don't know why I said it
Oh
like
my
that.
lord.
Sassoon, thank you for the prime. How do you know if it's a revenant? Get the evidence. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It's in the front in the visitor. Turn on the lights, not a mare.
Oh my god.
Paying attention to noise can be helpful. It can be helpful. Should grab all the items in the map and put it at the front door for the views. That would not get views. That would be awful. That would take 15 years to do, and it would be awful to watch. No, that would be terrible. It touched Nanor. Sounded like it touched this door. Was it that door? It did. No UV. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? It touched that door. Oh shit. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? I think it's here.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Aldi, I think it is in the lobby.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What is going on?
The crucifix. The power of Christ compels you.
And here's the question. Is that bouncing around for you?
Not the camera.
It's so excited. It's jumping up and down.
I sent you a picture in our group chat of what I see.
Okay, for her, the camera is just resting on a table. For me, it is definitely not just resting on a table. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it in the stream, what it looks like for me.
Yeah, it's happy.
It's happy.
What the hell?
It's super active in this waiting room.
It was really, really cold in the, oh God, I'm going to hear this. It's probably going to drive me nuts. We'll find out in a second. The temps were down in the lobby.
It's colder in the waiting room. I have my breaths in here.
Got your breaths?
Got my breath. 1.3, 2.1.
I'm afraid to take the joy away from the...
0.8.
Okay. Do we have only, freezing the only thing we have?
I think so.
Yeah, because we don't have UV.
All right. It's so happy. I'm afraid to take it away. What the fuck?
Don't worry about touching it. I brought another camera in.
All right. Can I hear it from here? Oh, son of a bitch. I can hear it. I can hear the goddamn tripod bouncing up and down.
Oh my god.
Come on.
That's freaking hilarious.
That's so stupid. All right, so freezing's all we have. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this level down so I don't hear it anymore. Don't have that. We did a UV check, didn't see that. No orbs.
Did not see orbs.
We tried spirit box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe writing. Maybe it's just being stubborn.
Could be. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna take in the other book. Did we shut this door?
It's open. It's open for me.
It is shut for me.
I see that. Hey, write in the book. Shit stain.
Damn, dude.
Oh shit. Oh my god, that scared me.
Sorry.
I don't like the noise it makes.
Little desync. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it. All right, Happy Cam. I need you to calm your shit. Take that. I wonder if I could recreate that. Can I make that happen again?
Are you here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Airbox.
Ooh. Moro Onryo Twins Mimic. Okay.
Do not like.
Sam, I am. Nope. I don't know what I did. I did a thing.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's
I can't make it do it again. Oh, F it.
Do you want to put one in the hall as well? Or no? Because the Crucie's out there.
I'm going to listen to this. I want to hear it. Might be a mimic. I don't know. We didn't see orbs anywhere. Where's the parabolic? Yeah, we didn't see any Orbeez. No, no, no. Go in here. What do we have? Probably a Moro. I mean, probably an Onryo. Probably. Check, please. Jesus Christ. Will somebody get that? For God's sake. Will you please check him in?
Okay, so he blew out one of the candles
Uh-huh.
and then he hunted. I wonder if it's an Onryo because the candles were not closer.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
I'm thinking it's an Onryo based off of what it can't be or shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
I think it's an Onryo.
I do too. She said, fuck that. Bye. Tips how to get money fast as a beginner. I wouldn't try to rush the game. I would try to play on lower difficulties to figure out, like, learn how to play the game first. Try staying alive. Staying alive is one of the most important things you could do because that's how you earn money. If you're losing money, so many fire blowouts. Yeah, it's blowing out firelights like crazy. It's gotta be.
So, fun fact, I just looked in my book under statistics, and I have had most deaths to Onryo.
Hey, you should come hang out. What a turd waffle.
Rude.
Rude. The bouncing tripod kept you here? Like the bouncing ball for like a music video kind of thing? Hey, Lucky, how are you? I'm gonna get the juice. Oh, wait, did you already get it back? Oh, okay. Alyssa. Gonna hunt again. Here it comes. What map are we playing? We are playing Sunny Meadows Restricted. But we just so happen to have the ghost right here by the front. I hate it here. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you. Dominator, hello. Think it's done.
Me? Yeah.
What happened?
He saved me.
What?
He saved my life.
Coach saved your life? All right. That was a dick move.
Butthole.
Yeah, you butthole. I turn the lights on. It's like, no, you don't. Not today. What a jerk. Oh, well. Nice. Nightmare? Yeah, we're playing on Nightmare. Yeah. Wow. Steven was spicy. Jerkhole. All right. Yeah, not twins. Not more. It's been the same speed. We don't have orbs. That's got to be an Unreal. It has to be.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Gravy.
Good.
Good gravy. Gravy good.
Yep.
Now I want more gravy. Hey, Zoom. When the ghost changes rooms, it's to a nearby room or could go further. It could be further if it does it at the end of a roam. Yeah.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Look it.
Ayo.
A-O.
Hell yeah.
Sir. Well done,
That's really
team.
good. Hell yeah.
Well, friends, thank you for playing Aldi. I hope that you had an awesome birthday, friend. Appreciate you.
I did. Thank you for having me.
I am so
appreciate
glad.
Oh, he did.
I'm so happy I was able to hang out earlier and watch you two.
you. Yes.
Robust.
Yeah. You know, puzzle together. I don't know what I want to call it.
We were puzzled. Yes.
We were puzzled.
We were.
Listen,
I
it's still
hate that.
enjoyable.
I hate it.
Ah,
I'm
come
glad.
on.
I'm glad.
It's,
Flash, I think you would enjoy Death in Unison.
yeah, that was the one you guys
Yeah.
played at first, right?
Yes.
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 Okay. Yeah, it's
I
Aldi's
really
birthday.
like
Make sure to
it.
go
I
wish him
like it a
happy
lot
birthday.
better than we were here.
Okay.
It's super fun.
Roger that.
Anyway, thank you for having us.
Thank you, friends.
you.
Thank you for playing.
Bye.
Good night.
Yeah,
Goodbye. Good night.
Good
Goodbye.
night.
Good night. Goodbye. Good night. Goodbye. Oh my God. Wes, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome, welcome.
Some jobs for you.
Yes, their names are in my title. Please make sure that you guys are checking out both Aldi and Coach. Please, please, please. Thank you, Song. Make sure you're checking them both out. They are amazing. I love them to death. They are two of my favorite homies on this platform, IRL. You name it, they're amazing. So good. Thank you, Mr. Song. So good. And they both stream, which is awesome. I'm back. Welcome back, Silent. Daytime for you? Nice. Nice. All right. But friends, I think that is going to be the last game for the night. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. We're going to go find someone to raid here in a second. Appreciate all the hangs, all the loves. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Coach. I can't wait till we can play more games. We're going to have much more games. Much more games. Can't leave till I get level 30? Of course I can. Watch. It's like this. Of course I can. Oh, thank you, Savage. Thank you, guys. If you're not in the Discord already, my Discord link is here. The rest of my socials are there. Post videos, do all the things. Coach for Kinetic Partner. Trying to be Kinetic Partner. She's trying to be one of them fog whisperer people, whatever you want to call them. She's trying to be all the things. All the things. But let us go raid. Brady, good night. Thank you for stopping over. All the tags. That's right. You should be all the things because you want to be all the things. Damn right. Night, Coach. Thank you guys for playing. I know it's always stupid late for you guys. I know. Now I'm gonna yawn. Oh no. Look what you did, Coach. It's your fault. It's all good. Yeah, now it's stupid early. Okay, touche. I know. Oh, I know. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. I was streaming on the background while playing Phas. Directional audio also works for stream. And all I heard was ringing. Oh, at the end? Yeah, because the stupid ghost kept hitting the damn bell in Sunny Meadows. Yeah, I know. Have I ever ghost hunted IRL? When I was a kid, I say a kid, when I was younger, I did some, not like intense, not like with a bunch of equipment or anything like that. But we did go to some, go to some locations though. Okay. Friends, we're going to go raid another friend. If you are a follower, that one is for you. If you are a sub, the next one's for you. And my creepy little tier 3s, that's for you. Guys, thank you for an awesome month. This is the last stream of November. And we have December coming up, man. We have December's. We have birthday stream that's going to be happening on the 18th. We have the partnerversary that's going to be happening on the 28th. We have holiday merch that is in the works. It is in the works right now. It'll be done very, very soon. I'm trying to think what else is coming up. The same day as our partnerversary, we're going to be front page on Twitch as well. So that's going to be super freaking cool. I still need to figure out what my monthly goal is going to be and what the daily goals will be. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. But I'll try to figure it out over the next day or two. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Honor? I have a few places that's haunted near me. Yeah, same. It's funny. I went to one when I used to do fire alarm installation stuff. Way back, I went to a place where, like, on their property, they have a very, very haunted, you can't go in because there's a bunch of asbestos, like insane asylum kind of stuff. Yeah. Our yearly Rocket League games will happen on the partnerversary. Yes, they will. 100%. All right, we are going to go raid the lovely Hadrona. Hattie is another member of Midnight Society, along with me and our lovely co-founder, Coach. So make sure you guys are checking out Hattie. Make sure you follow. She is an awesome being. She is super chill, super humble. All the goodie vibes. Break, appreciate your friend. Break, when do you stream again? And will you be dressed as a hand turkey? Inquiring minds must know. You're going to be dressed like a hand turkey tomorrow? Okay. Hey, McCoy, how are you? No? Fine, whatever. Take away all the joy from everybody here. It's fine. But no, thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate y'all always. This month was one hell of a crazy month. 'Twas a crazy month. Freaking wild. I don't know what I'm even gonna set for my goal for the month. Like if we achieve the monthly, what we'll do for in January. I don't know yet, but I will be dressing up as the Grinch and doing viewer games. I'm gonna do face paint. I'm doing head to toe. I already have the outfit. All the shenanigans. I just have to pick a day. So thank you guys for hanging with me. Thank you for always watching the vids. Thank you for all of the follows. Thank you guys for the subs and the raids and everything. You guys are amazing. Let's go say hi to Hattie. I will see you guys on Sunday for more shenanigans.